What's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we are broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And it's Monday. Oh my goodness. So much stuff has happened, man, around the world. But first, before we go any further, I got Chris Walker gonna come on. I got Jimmy coming on a little late. He's doing the GMI, getting that ready for y'all. But I'm gonna announce something. Let's share the show right now. But I'm gonna announce my starting five, and then I got something. We're gonna get right into it. Let me go to my starting five today. I see y'all out there. Wow, Walter Yates. Chris Charles, Melvin Dews, hold on, Karen Roach, Troy Callahan. Those are my starting five. Wait a minute, no women in the starting five? Oh my goodness! And then the sixth man of the day is Darrell Anderson. Hold on, man. Hold. Hey. That Independence holiday that really we wasn't free and y'all celebrating this weekend. I know women. Frederick Douglass. Okay. I ain't gonna go there. Hold up. What's up, man? Hey, Tiffany. Thank you, Tiffany. Hey, Brandy. Hey, Miss Gina. What's up? Okay, I feel better now. Hey, Miss Gina. Hey, who else we got? Hey, Tamika. Let me look. Oh, they watching the stories today. Wait a minute. I don't know. How was your weekend, everybody? How was your weekend? What you do this weekend? Anybody do something extravagant this weekend? Let me know. Had a lot of stuff happening. Brandon, what article were you looking at? Brandon. So do me a favor. Let's share the show. Y'all know I got too much. It's Monday. It's too much for me to. Ain't enough people on here for me to talk. I'm just going to play around a little bit. Hey, y'all, I got something for y'all. Basketball fans, oh, my God. I got something for y'all. We're going to talk about that a little bit. What's up, Anson? I'm just trying to figure this thing. Let's share the show right now. Hold up. I already did it. Everybody, where's my YouTube people at? Okay, I sit here. Should I? Listen, y'all. The reason I say this, this is my birthday week, right? You know, it's Monday, July 5th, 2021. Happy birthday month to all my fellow cancerians, however you say it, out there. I'm on Wednesday, I'm leaving. Okay, for a little while. I don't know. I'm going to have my equipment with me, but I don't know how good I don't know where I'm going. I don't know how great the internet is. They say it's great, but you know. But happy birthday to all the cancers this month. Shout out to y'all. It's just you got to realize, y'all. Last year, y'all remember we was in a pandemic, and this gonna be the first time I can go and move around and travel and go see some water and get out on the island somewhere in a little while. So I can't wait. I just can't wait. I'm packing already. You know, I got stuff laid out, ready to pack. And but he said people start setting off bombs. Who popped firecrackers last night? I didn't pop them. I didn't go no. You know what I did? You know, and I got to make it up to my people today. I didn't go anywhere yesterday. I didn't go anywhere yesterday. I didn't go. I stayed in because I thought about the Delta variant. And I know I'm getting ready to get on a plane and travel. Hey, Elliot Bill. Shout out to Elliot Bill. Elliot, this is the first time I've seen your name up there. What's going on, Elliot? Thank you. Somebody shared the show, and I guess that's why. Elliot, do me a favor. Go over to YouTube and subscribe to the Chop Shop too. Because in case of Facebook act crazy, you can always get us on YouTube too and subscribe to it. Okay, Chop Shop HTX. Go to YouTube, type in Chop Shop HTX. Uh, oh man, believe you me, I know about taking extra mask. I know how to travel. I just haven't been traveling on a. I've traveled private. I just hadn't traveled commercial. And I haven't. This is gonna be my first commercial flight. So in a while. So I can't wait. I got Chris Walker in the dressing room. But I just want to share some with y'all. Civil rights leader Medgar Evers was assassinated outside his home by white supremacists in 1963. He would have turned 96 3 days ago on July the 2nd. He's a cancer also. He would have turned 97. I will never ever forget him. Just unbelievable. Walking in the driveway, ladies and gentlemen, going home. In the drive, had his keys out to put in the door, and the bullet from the gun was so powerful it went through him and lodged and went into the refrigerator inside the house. Uh, yeah, he fought for the right to vote, even in the face of death. He protested segregation, fought against Jim Crow laws, and he launched an investigation into the Emmett Till lynching. On June 12th, 1963, he was assassinated at the age of 37. And 3 days ago was his birthday, man. Yeah, that's touching to me. That's touching to me. Yeah, I had a moment there. I had a moment because I was watching this Dick Gregory special. Go watch that on Showtime. Oh my goodness. I did not know, y'all, Dick Gregory was that heavy of a dude. I thought he was just a comedian. Let me tell y'all something. And Dick Gregory was his best friend. Let me tell you something. If it wasn't for the death of, I think, his 2-year-old, or the sickness of his 2-year-old daughter, I don't know if it's death or the sickness of Dick Gregory's 2-year-old daughter, he would have been there with Medgar Evers in his driveway coming to his house. They were that close. He had just left them the day before. And it's amazing, y'all. Let me tell you something. Amazing, the history, the powerful people who I see why we have these liberties that we have now. We had guys like that fighting for us, man. I just want us. When we gonna start fighting? Where's our Dick Gregory? I'm talking about in this generation, man. I mean, it's unbelievable. I was watching it again, the documentary again, and this unique documentary, he got to talk himself. Powerful wife. I mean, made a fortune, gave the fortune away. Always, listen. Somebody, what's the guy's name? Bertram Lee, rich black guy, gave him money to pay the tuition for his kids to go to private school. Dick Gregory, somebody had got into, in the struggle, in the civil rights struggle, had got into some trouble and needed some money to get the bailout. Dick Gregory endorsed that check over to them to get for the cause, not for his kids' education. Let me repeat that, because this going to go over a whole lot of selfish ass people's head. Bertram Lee gave him money, Chris Walker. I'm going to bring you in shortly, Chris. Gave him money to pay for education of his kids. He endorsed that check over. He endorsed it over. Hosea Williams, thank you. Candace. Endorsed it over. Say, here, man. Go. I said, Unbelievable. Repossessed all this. Y'all got the Dick Gregory. Mr. Dick Gregory, I apologize. I didn't know as much about you when you were alive. But man, let me tell you something. It's you and several guys like Adam Clayton Powell. I'm telling y'all, I am on a thirst for this knowledge to know about our past. But Chris, I'm gonna bring you in right now. Get out. They done took your mask off. Let me see. Look at him. What's up, C-Walk? C-Walk, thank you for sitting there and being patient with me.
What's the
I had to take.
I see you going off on a rant right there.
You know it, man. Yeah. Oh, Hosea got beat up. Thank you, Candace. Candace Hawkins. Thank you so much. It's just so much. Let me tell y'all something. This Chris, do me a favor. Say something else again. Say something.
What's up, brother? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Now your latency is kind of late. Do me a favor. Go out and come back in for me. Go out and come back in. I just want you to. I want your voice. You're sounding like you on you're sounding like you on one of the Bruce Lee movies, you know, like his mouth moving and right. But hey, Gary, this gonna be a hot show. This is a shareable offense today. This show here gonna be watched. Oh, it's just so much to share with y'all today, man. It's I saw Hatter, what's your opinion on Allen West running for governor? I don't know enough about him. I heard a little bit about him. Let me tell you something. I don't know enough about him. What's your opinion on him, Rod? I have no opinion about Allen West because I don't know him. But if he's running for governor, I'm gonna really I'm gonna find out who he is. I don't know him. Chris, how you doing? Keep talking.
Is that better?
Yes. Yeah. Let's see. It'll catch up.
Better?
You good? What's going on, Chris? There's a lot of stuff going on in the news. Got great topic, man. I guess, Chris, I saw, Chris, where a bank accidentally deposited $50 billion into a Louisiana family's bank account.
Ooh.
$50 billion. I'm sorry, $50 billion into the account. I'm just gonna go around Luca headed to the Olympics. First time of Slovenia ever been in the Olympics. And y'all, let me tell y'all something. I saw this tweet this morning. I have to share it with y'all. I'm not gonna go no further. It said, a wise man once said, be careful of who you let on your ship. Because some people will sink the whole ship just because they can't be the captain. Chris, unbelievable. And Chris, before we go any further, Chris, I got to share with you something. A few weeks back, I went to the No Excuses Pro-Am. So Pro-Am still going on in Houston, ladies and gentlemen. Reginald Simpson, everybody. Hey, Reginald, I've seen your name before, but make sure if you not go to YouTube, type in Chop HTX and subscribe to our YouTube page. You might be already subscribed, Reginald. If you are, it's cool. But I haven't seen your name in a while. I wanted to let you know that. But Chris, the No Excuses Pro-Am, Chris, it's some things been happening, man. I'm trying to find my notes. Chris, Corey Brewer, they had training table. They had, Chris, the No Excuses Pro-Am, now you can see it on live stream on Facebook Live. Chris, that Corey Brewer, he was killing the first day I came. This was on I think on the 12th. On the 12th. Derek Griffin played. The Twins got a team. Aaron Harrison got a team. Kristen James.
What is it?
Huh? It's the Pro-Am, like the Summer League, like the Drew League. The Drew League. It's the Drew League. It used to be at Fondy, but Fondy had, Fondy during pandemic, Fondy was housing homeless people. I don't know if people knew that. And it was housing a whole lot of homeless people. So now people that was, it was just crazy stuff. But in 2 weeks, They'll be back at Fonda, the No Excuse Pro-Am, but they at the Forge over in 3rd Ward. Let me tell you some stuff, Chris, that just happened this weekend, Chris. I got the y'all got the Shannon Shorter. You remember Shannon Shorter, Chris?
Oh man. By the way, my uncle built the Forge. You didn't know that, did you? The pastor in Memphis, he built the Forge.
What is his name? You keep telling me his name. What's his name?
Smith. Rufus Smith.
Okay.
Rufus Smith.
Okay. But let me, Chris, I got to share with my people because I haven't seen none of y'all over there. And just maybe it's because y'all didn't know. But Chris, let me give you, Chris, they sent me some stats. Hold on, Chris. Kristen James, Bel Air High School, right? Got you had a back program. Yes. Thank you, Reginald. But hold on. Check this out, Chris. Kristen James used to play at Bel Air. Did you ever recruit him?
I remember him, though.
Okay. He had 33 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists last night. I don't know Jordan Allen, but whoever Jordan Allen is, you might know him. He had 33 points and 8 rebounds. Trey Bennett. I remember Trey Bennett.
I played with his daddy.
He had 17 points. Then the Coos Elite got a team over there, Chris. Coos Elite. Hold up. What his name? Lorenzo Shabuti Phillips. He had 31 and 8. Jacob Young in the building. Listen to me, y'all. Our young guys are playing in the Pro-Am now. Hold up. He had 28 and 7. Mitchell Sorrell, the high jump, the pogo stick. He had 11.7 rebounds and a block. Hold on, y'all. I mean, it just goes on and on. Then Jacob, did he come back, have another game? Jacob scores 30. Shabuti scores 27. Then Dwayne Rogers Jr., who played for the Houston Flight, he had 18 points. Brandon Swanigan, who played at Tulsa, big fella, he had 6 points and 14 rebounds. Hold on. Khalil Potts, who used to play at, I remember he played it used to be Reagan. I mean, dude, it's crazy. He had 14 points. Shannon had 16 points. 60 points. Chris, 60 points, 16 rebounds. 16 rebounds, 8 assists, and 2 steals last night. LeShondre Jones, who played at Bush, played with Kelly Oubre, 21. Yeah, 21 and 1 rebound. He had 1 rebound. He little guy. He had 1 rebound. But he had 3 assists. I don't know. John Gillum. You remember John Gillum?
Yeah.
He had 33 points last night. Dude, this is some great. Aaron Harrison had 21. Malik Amos had 20. Derek Griffin had 12 points. Yo, Myron the Show Allen, I know he probably done dunked on you before.
Milby Buffalo, bro.
That's right, he'll Milby Buffalo. He was balling, man. Let me tell you, y'all, this is the best. And you can watch it. You can go to the games. Jim, I walked in the gym. He had more cameras in there than the Houston Rockets had. It was a camera everywhere, everybody around the sideline. Hold up. They had dudes, a young lady and a young man calling the game. On the broadcast. Let me tell you something. Casey Williams and that staff, Chris, let me tell you something. This guy, somebody dropped the mantle and left it. This guy came and picked up this mantle. And it's unbelievable. I can go on and on and on. I'm trying. Dante Stiggers, I know you know him. He had 15 points. I'm just telling you some names, y'all. That y'all might know. So y'all know a lot of these names that I don't know. But let me tell you something, man. This the kind of stuff we got to support. You getting to see Derek Griffin and the Twins. They were Corey Brewer. Hey, Corey Brewer. I see why Marcus used to always tell me, man, Corey can play. Corey, they wouldn't. Hey, Jimmy. Chris, they wasn't giving him a shot in the NBA. But, hold on, I got something else for you. What's my man name? Reynolds, Cam Reynolds. Him and his brother.
Tulane.
Yes.
Yeah.
And guess what else he's doing right now? He about to go soon to play on the select team to work out against the Olympic team before they go. He made that. He's on the select team. But y'all, every week, I am Thaddeus Moody. This Pro-Am we got in Houston is very, very competitive, man. Man, they got some guys I ain't never heard of, Chris. They was in there killing. So I just wanted to share that with people because sometimes, Chris, that's those things there. We have to support these our guys, our young guys coming back and play. The little twins who played at St. Thomas, one of them, he's playing on the team. I mean, it's just so much, man. But No Excuses Pro-Am, No Excuses Foundation, look it up. And Chris, at the end of the year, they give the best fashion show on this side of the planet. It's unbelievable. So, what's up, Chris? Chris, I know it's a whole lot of stuff.
No, it's all good, man.
What's going on, man? What's going on with you up there in New York? What's happening?
Chilling, man. Chilling, man. Get ready for the NBA Finals.
Okay.
Great weekend. I mean, I know you probably celebrate Independence Day, so I got to watch you.
I did
that's
not.
Your holiday. That's your holiday.
I did
you
not.
You running around there with your barbecue napkin on, with your apron on, and that's your holiday.
I used to, Chris. Yes. But when you know better, you do better. But keep going. Yeah, when you know better, you do better. I don't celebrate it. Guess what I did? I sit there and watch the whole Frederick Douglass speech about what it means to the slave. Because in 1776, y'all realize we wasn't free. It was an independence for these people, not us. But guess what? We brought up. I grew up because nobody never told me about that. I grew up just celebrating Independence Day. Had a flag and all that. Which a flag, man, get the hell out of here. But I'm sorry. But unique situation, Chris. Your boy got into a little situation this weekend. LeBron James. Did you see? I
talking about with his son.
Yeah, they were at a game at St. Vincent. Back, it is old school. They playing a game, and the announcer, with his insensitive ass, he goes and said over the intercom, yeah, the only reason he got that call because of who he is. LeBron said, hold up, player. Hey man, my son out here playing. Call the game like you calling the rest of the game. Don't put my son out there like that. I'm gonna bring the video up. So I thought I locked it down. But Chris, LeBron got up and went over there to the table and said, homeboy, that's out of pocket, player. That's out of pocket. Leave my son. That is nothing for you to call over the internet. Over the Chris, what do you think about that? And people call LeBron no, that wasn't a PGW to me. I would have did that. I would have did the same thing if I'm in that. Because guess what? The reason I say that, Chris, is you wouldn't have said that. You're saying that about the kid because who his dad is. But guess what? You didn't say that about no other kid.
Well,
come on.
Well, it probably wasn't true for some other kid.
Yeah.
Here's my thing.
But
with the rose, you get the thorns. Okay. And LeBron, when it comes to his kid, they love the roses. But they don't want no thorns. They like. But no, Chris. I'm just saying.
I agree with LeBron on that one. Not the announcer, Chris. He should say the only reason he got that call, huh?
So let me ask you a question.
Okay.
When Bronny just does a layup and somebody goes crazy, oh my God! Everybody like, man, what are you talking about? He just made a layup. If that wasn't LeBron James, nobody would say a word. If it wasn't his son, he just made a layup. He just made a three. So when they go crazy over the three, that's okay. But when he get a call he's not supposed to get, he only got that call because he's LeBron James' son. But that's bad. So
but you hold on. No. Over the PA system?
I'm just saying they over the PA system, they overhype him.
No. I'm asking you. Over the PA system, it was okay to you. It was okay for you for that clown to say that.
Again, I'm gonna say, do they overhype him on the PA system? Yes or no?
I don't know. I've never been to the game.
They overhype him. Come on.
Okay, I know, but I never.
Everybody going crazy.
Okay. So you're saying? Come on, Cleveland.
Oh man, he got that call. That's LeBron James' son. I'm like, and he hit it and had a when they do those games like that, sometimes, and I don't know the context, if you play in a rucker or something like that, they just be playing around, man. They just running their mouth and trying to make it entertaining.
Okay.
So I don't know if it was in that context or if it was a real game. Where it's like, oh, Laker girls, this and that. Oh, he only got that call. In that sense, it's out of pocket. But if it's like, slapstick where they just talk about, oh, man, they shook him. He did this. Man, he only got that call because he LeBron James. Like, if it's one of them types.
Let me let my people see it. Let my people see it. I like.
We're having some discrepancies at.
LeBron took offense. LeBron took offense to the announcer saying that he's going to get those calls in his gym.
Come on, man. Sit down, man.
The competitor in LeBron James comes out.
I don't care what you say.
Sit down, man.
That's my
son. The competitor in LeBron James comes out.
Clown
he's
shut the hell up.
Intense guy.
Down,
his son's in the battle. He doesn't want his name to be mentioned while they're competing.
Yep.
And I understand that as a parent.
Yep. I mean, say that he got that foul because.
No, he drew that foul.
Yeah.
It's a foul. And I understand that. And as a parent, if I'm watching my daughter play and she's competing, I don't want you to mention my name. Just allow her to compete. Don't put.
Okay, Chris, I'm glad you disagree because a lot of people don't agree with you. But I mean, it's okay if y'all did. It's okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Huh? No, if that was little Chris, I'll be glad when you quit.
Man, listen, man. Listen. Again, I'll say it again. They love all the hype. They don't want they don't want that smoke. They love the hype, but they don't want the smoke. So anytime you're talking great about him, oh my God, yes. The minute, okay, even if it was a little bit out of pocket, I get it, but come on, man. Sit down, LeBron.
Hey, Shanquetta agree with you, Chris. I'm glad somebody, Shanquetta, I love it that you agree with him. I just don't agree with neither one of you, Shanquetta. I don't. He was out of pocket. I don't think he was out of pocket. If he was any other parent, y'all would have been talking about. Let me tell you something.
We call him the PGW. We be all, look at that PGW.
Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you something.
He made it. LeBron made it about him.
Guess what? It was about him because the man said because of his son, who his dad is. Listen, if the man had he made it about him, Chris.
Listen, I wish I could have heard the actual. I don't know if it was he said over the loudspeaker. I don't know if it's one of those slapstick, like they trying to hype the game up, trying to make it cool. Where the guy said, "Oh man, between his legs, shook his ankle, broke his ankles." Like, I mean, come on, man. If it's man, he only got that call because his last name is James. Everybody started laughing like a comedian. Tell LeBron, don't go to a comedy show then. Because if he go to the comedy show, they're going to tear him up.
No, I understand the comedy show. I understand that. But guess what?
Come on, man.
Hey, I don't blame him for going over there and telling him. Keep my name out your mouth.
Play the game, bro.
Player.
Play the game.
Okay.
Play the game.
Okay. That's the first time I've ever seen you go against LeBron.
Hey, tell him to get street clothes to get his act together. Tell him to do that. And then talk to me. Okay.
Hey.
The Suns in the finals. The Suns are in the finals. You got to be kidding me. Don't get me started. And his son ain't a star either, man. Here's the other thing. His son is not him. His son ain't a star.
But he didn't mention the son. He mentioned his daddy.
Stop it, man. You know what time
it is. You stop it.
Well, you let me. But people understand that everybody there to see LeBron. Ain't nobody there to see Bronny. Do you understand that? Nobody's there to see his son. It's hype.
Ain't nobody there to see who?
Ain't nobody there to see his son. They there to see LeBron, bro.
LeBron don't be at every game.
LeBron was at that game. You don't think LeBron announced when he go into the games? They don't think. Come on, bro. First of all, it's in Akron. They know LeBron coming, man. Stop
you know what? But guess what? I am glad y'all disagree with me. I love y'all to disagree with me. I love to hear you. That's why I know some of y'all voted for Trump, and I understand that with y'all secretly. But you know what though? I thought about this. The last time the Phoenix Suns were in the finals, do you know Bill Clinton was in his first inaugural? Hey,
Well, yeah, of course.
I mean, it was a long time ago. And you know what I thought about it? It's a lot of heavy hitters. It's just they didn't make it this year. Huh?
Bro, how we talking about the Phoenix Suns, not talking about your homeboy? I was gonna come on the Chop Shop on Thursday. I want everybody on the Chop Shop to know this. I say, hey man, I'm ready to come on the Chop Shop. Had to send me a text, man. We don't need you today. I'm like, really? I said, why don't y'all need me today? He said, we got Pat Bev people coming home. I said, he said, we got Pat Beverly people.
I did.
I said, really? And then that fool go in the game and look what he did. Had to come on, man. And I even texted you. And what did you say when I text you? How out of pocket was Pat Beverly? 1 game suspension. I mean, if you had one shred of wanting to cheer for this dude, it ended right there. Now, a lot of people tell me in the league, Chris Paul is just a jerk. Flopper, jerk, whole nine. But, bruh, come on, man. What is up with Pat Bev, man? I want you to tell me what's up with that dude, because you saw Chris Paul walk past him. Pat Beverly out there with a boxing glove. He out there playing MMA the whole game. He out there MMA the whole game. And then that's what he does? Dude, if that was the hood, if that was Rosewood Park, what would happen, bro? Come on, man. That's absolutely ridiculous, man.
Hey, the same thing. Somebody get pushed down, somebody going on about their business.
No. You already do it. You know what? Maybe in Memphis, that's how it works.
I ain't never had to go to Rose Park. I'm just telling you, that's the same thing. What would happen? You tell me what would have happened at Rosewood Park.
Oh, they'd have been throwing hands, man. There's no way. Hands have been thrown. But
silly. Guess what? They don't want to throw no hands because they don't want to get suspended from the next game.
Pat Beverly don't care. Look what he did. He don't care.
Yes, but Chris Paul cared.
I understand that Chris Paul is smart, but Pat Beverly is an idiot for what he did. And I hope his people watching. Idiotic. Like, what are you doing? Come on, man. It's absolutely ridiculous, dog. It's somebody, look at that. We don't know what Chris Paul said. It don't matter what Chris Paul said. That dude is out there karate chopping people, playing as dirty as he can play, breaking noses, clipping people on jump shots, and they clearly show him walking past him. He didn't say one word to him. And my man turns around and does what he does. What is Pat Beverly saying to them the whole time? Listen, I watched Pat Beverly make one play. He don't make a basket. He do one defensive play. He loses his mind. He talking trash the whole game. Ain't nobody push him in the back. Right, Heather? Anybody push him in the back?
Nobody.
Anybody try to punch him? Come on, man. Stop it, man.
Herb says shots would have been fired. So they don't know how to fight in Hold up. They don't know how to fight? And I got a question. No. I'm glad Herb said that. They don't know how to fight in Rosewood? All they know how to do is shoot?
No, it's not about fight. Like that was so out of pocket for someone to do that on a basket. Like the dude is walking away.
So if I push you, you shoot me?
Had a shots.
No, I'm asking a question.
Shots with these hands.
No.
Anything.
I'm relying on a comment. If I push you, you shoot me?
Come on, Hatter.
So I should have shot your ass instead of pushing.
You're being ridiculous.
No. Herb said it. You didn't say it. Herb said it.
I understand that, but you're taking it verbatim, and I think Herb's like something would have went down is what he's saying.
All I'm saying is, let's fight.
That's what would happen. That's what I'm saying.
It's all right to fight. Chris, I grew up fighting, Chris.
What's that?
I grew up fighting.
I understand that.
And when you fight.
Hatter, you make a jump shot on me. We got an intense game going on. Because you probably couldn't have scored on me anyway. You got them long socks on.
You're too little, man. Excuse me, Chris.
And little tight pants. And so all I'm saying is, wherever you went, Tarleton State, whatever one of them schools you played at, all I'm saying is you would have got toe off the bone. So then guess what? You finally get a day where you tear me up. And I can't take it. And you run in your mind and you walk away. Game. Walk away. And we like, okay, it's over with. You go over there drinking, you get some water with your homeboy. You drink that essential water. And I just come behind you and just push you, waterfall. You fall, bust your lip, the whole nine. You just gonna be like, oh, he just sorry he lost, man. Bad, he just bad. He a bad actor, man. He's just a sore loser. Or you gonna get up and like, yo, man, are you serious, man? Like, what the hell's wrong with you? You not gonna do that?
Of course I'm gonna do that.
Exactly, bruh. Come on, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, that was so out of pocket.
Chris,
and here was the cowardness in it. Here's the cowardness in it. He knows Chris Paul ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
They get ready to go to the finals.
Yeah.
That's the cowardly part of it. That he already knows them dudes ain't stupid enough to react. Come on, man. It's ridiculous. There's no place for it in basketball, man. No place for it, man.
No excuse for a push. No excuse for a push.
Bro, he could have hurt that dude, man. He could have really hurt that dude. He could have hurt him, man. He could have hurt him. Could have hurt his neck. You just walking and somebody come behind you and push you ferociously, talking about you can't get hurt. Man, you can get hurt. If you brace yourself and you expect them, that's one thing. Come on, man. I'm sorry. Hey, listen, you know me, man. I ain't the biggest Chris Paul fan or nothing like that, but I damn sure ain't a Pat Beverly fan because
I don't like the move. I don't like the move. Don't think I'm condoning the move. I just got to give you another side of it. I'm just saying, hey, man. I mean,
what's the other side?
What I was pissed off about, Frank Kaminsky, nobody pushed the guy back. That's what I was mad about.
But that's what he wanted.
But Frank Kaminsky don't play any damn way.
But that would have been the story today. Why did Frank Kaminsky jump in? Everybody would have been jumping on him. Keep it solely on Pat Beverly because that's where it should have stayed. It was uncalled for and ridiculous.
I got a question. Because I heard some people talk about, I'm not going to send my son to his basketball camp. Guess what? I would send my son. You know what? First thing I tell my son, I said, come here, Rob. When you see Mr. Beverly, ask him, Mr. Beverly, what was going on in your mind when you did that? Because my daddy would have beat my behind. I would ask, if I was every kid in this camp, I would want my kid to go to the camp. So
I agree.
I really would, because I want to know what made you so I'm Chris. I know it was sore loser type stuff. I'm telling you, I know that part, but I'm just sitting there saying, I just never had to do that. You know, if you beat me, you beat me.
I do. Everybody's played at the park. If you grew up now, these kids today, they didn't grow up the way we grew up. They got to have a trainer with them. They got to go to 24-hour fitness. They got to make sure the right people there. They didn't grow up playing at the park like we did at the YMCA. You sit out 12 games and you ain't gonna never get in the game if you sit out the whole time. You learn how to play from the dudes at the park. You didn't learn how to play from a trainer. And every trainer here know what I'm talking about. That's how we learned the game. We didn't learn it that way. So my thing is the kids today, they see the game in a different way. A very different way than we see it, you know? But basketball's still basketball, man.
You know, when I looked at something, Chris, since we're talking a little NBA, but we're going to get to we got some more topics that me and you talked about earlier. Do you know the Antetokounmpo brothers, three of them have now made it to the NBA Finals?
Bro, no. You know what it's called? No, two of them.
No, it's three. The one made it for the Lakers last year.
But it's three all together, you mean?
Yeah, all three of them has made it to the finals. Yeah,
right. Which is yeah. But that's all ridiculous. So it's ridiculous. I mean, those guys. One of them played at Dayton. He couldn't walk and chew gum at the same time. That's just Giannis, and that's potential. Straight potential. It's nothing else. You know. I mean, Giannis was a 14th pick, bro. You got to realize he was the 14th pick, and he two-time MVP. So they probably hoping and wishing upon a prayer that maybe one of those guys turn out. But there's dudes in the G League that'll tear them dudes' head off, man. That's why I keep telling everybody, just because you make it in the NBA don't mean you're the best player in the world. It doesn't mean that. It's situations, it's money, it's politics. There's dudes in the G League that deserve to be in the NBA.
You're talking about toward the end of the bench.
Towards the end of the bench, that's dudes in the league, just like Division I. And hey, we got to talk about the NIL stuff, by the way, Master P. Division I, if you look at, there's 13 scholarships on the team. Right, in college basketball on the men's side, 15 on the girls' side.
Okay.
Those last four guys, like 10, 11, 12, 13, I would even say 11, 12, 13, they could be Division II. If you think about it, the best player on a Division II team The best player. You don't think he could be the 13th player on the Division I team? Of course he could.
Yeah.
So that's why recruiting and visibility is very tough. Because a lot of kids, I don't like to say don't get seen or don't get the same publicity. Why do you think there's so many people in the transfer portal? Because coaches make mistakes because they can't see everybody. I take calls every day from coaches. Hey, man, anybody out there? Anybody out there? So when I get those calls, you know what that means? That means mistake. Because they got to fill a roster. So if the guy works out, great. If not, sayonara. On to somebody else.
So the Greek Freak is that powerful that he can get two of his brothers in? Blake Griffin couldn't get his brother in.
I'm just saying, bro.
I'm just asking. I'm asking a question.
Listen. I can't. I don't profess to know all the politics. All I'm saying is that if the one with the Bucks makes sense to me. So if you got a dude sitting on the bench, you got 15 dudes. Why can't it be the best player on the team or one of the best players in the world? Why can't it be his brother? He ain't playing no way. The other dudes ain't playing. If it's gonna make him feel more comfortable to have his brother staying with him, why wouldn't you do that? Look at all them. Look at all them roommates LeBron got with the Lakers. Yeah, all them clutch roommates. Those all roommates. Can't bust a grape.
I heard they trying to get rid of Anthony Davis.
Nah.
I'm just telling you.
Don't believe that.
Okay. All right.
For who? Because LeBron can't carry that weight.
I'm just telling you.
Well, Dame Lillard ain't gonna work.
Okay. Keep going.
The Lakers gonna have somebody. Let's get something straight. The Lakers are gonna make a move. I know that's your homeboy over as a GM. That's your best friend. But they gonna find a way to make a move. Trust me, the Lakers are gonna be back. But can we talk about? Can I ask you a question?
What?
Because we gotta talk about this Rachel Nichols thing.
Yes.
And Maria Taylor.
Yes.
We gotta talk about that.
Yes.
But because, wow, that's unbelievable. Now, it's not Women Rock Wednesday, but we can't let that wait till Wednesday.
Right.
Kawhi Leonard.
Uh-huh.
Now, somebody told me, and I don't know if this is the truth or not, and I forget who told me because I get so much news 9 different ways, that he's got a torn ACL, right? Mm-hmm. That can't be true because there's no way that would have not leaked out. So somebody say he has an MCL sprain, right? Had a. Then you're telling me that Kawhi Leonard, that he just opted not to play? I mean, like, I guess the MCL sprain is because I've seen guys with MCL sprain that take their butt out there and try to play. Mm-hmm. Especially when you try to play for the finals. Now I'm hearing there's no way in hell Kawhi Leonard will be playing for the Clippers next year.
I heard that too.
Because he's mad at the medical staff.
He always get mad at the medical staff.
Penny had what people.
Penny was mad at the. We were mad at the doctors. Yes, we was mad.
Really?
Yes, sir.
So you saying the doctors with the Orlando Magic or it was the Magic or the Suns? Because Penny went to the Suns.
I said Penny was mad at the doctor. I was mad at Penny because nobody never forced him to come back and play early. Penny can't stand. Penny can't stand he being in a gym and a basketball is going up and he not playing. So he rushed himself back. You know, only a player would know what time. That's why they always tell these teams now they save players from themselves. That's derived a lot from Penny because Penny used to, man, he used to just come back too fast, man. Because he see, you got to understand, the kid he is a man of principle. And he was getting all of this money, all of these endorsements. I'm telling y'all, he felt bad.
But Hatter. So would it be fair to say, because I know we got some old school people here on the chat, and we got some new school dudes. I see them chiming in. That the players today are softer? That the players today are more like, instead of those old Fords, those built out of cast iron, that they more like Ferraris. They more like they made out of fiberglass.
I think
because those guys played through that stuff.
I think these guys are faster, bigger, faster, and stronger. We didn't have no LeBron back then. You said something one day, Chris, that you said, Robert, people, if you ain't down on that court close, you would know how big and fast and strong LeBron James, when he running down the floor, you can hear the floor move. Come,
like a truck.
I'm serious, y'all. When you courtside, you hear all of that. Wasn't no guy like him back there can jump that high and run that fast. And them the kind of guys bumping into you now. I'm sorry, Chris. I mean,
I mean, certainly not like in the 60s and the 70s. But in the once it got, I guess we have to talk about what era are we talking about?
Yeah.
Because when I talk about football and I laugh and people get mad at me, I say I like Jim Brown, but I don't know if LT was playing back then, he'd be doing the same stuff he's doing. I mean, you're probably, I like Gale Sayers, but I don't know if Dion, all them dudes would, they weren't playing against the same guys. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean here, but you look at the secondary, I guarantee the secondary at Florida State was probably better than some of the pro teams back then with speed and athleticism and stuff. So some of these guys that are really, really good back then, today, it's hard to compare eras. Like,
I'm not trying to compare eras.
There's no way Fred Biletnikoff, like them dudes be like, come on, yo, man.
No. I'm not trying to compare. I'm looking. Don't you say numbers don't lie?
Numbers do not lie.
I'm sitting here, Chris, and when I go look at the sizes and how much they run, Lawrence Taylor would damn near be a safety now with his size. His safety's Lawrence Taylor's size now.
But that wasn't dudes like, who's the dude that played at Nebraska? Sue. Adamaka Sue.
Adamaka Sue. He's still playing now.
That wasn't dudes like Aaron Donald. Those dudes didn't exist back then.
Right. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Even a dude like J.J. Watt, even if you want to take the race car, there wasn't no J.J. Watts back then.
No. I'm trying to explain. That's what I'm trying to explain. These athletes, yes, injuries going to happen, man.
The injuries happening because the game is fast. So I would say, how do we do more? So think about driving a car. They say more injuries happen, right? Mm-hmm. Less injuries happen on the freeway because they're moving faster, right? Than happen, driving down the road and you stopping at stop signs and people, making decisions and running into each other or hitting people, right? Red lights and all that kind of stuff. The question is it because these dudes are moving so fast, they training so hard, it's like them thoroughbreds. The slightest injury, right? A thoroughbred can't run like a thoroughbred's supposed to run, right? But a donkey can keep pulling stuff. He can take all kind of pain and keep lugging and pulling stuff, but a thoroughbred who's supposed to run in a race, those horses that run at the Preakness, them horses, them places you be wearing them little pink pants and no socks with the white shoes with the hats, the stuff you be going to. When they can't run, you got to put the glue. They got to put the glue to them, Hatter. They got to put the glue to them.
I'm not a scientist.
They fine-tune machines.
All I'm saying, they fine-tune machines, but those two fine-tuned machines, when they have a collision, They might be fine-tuned, but they might be like a Ferrari and not like a Mack truck. They're like Ferraris. They're like my man said, they're built like Greyhounds, not like what you call it? What's them big old dog? Rottweilers. They're built like Greyhounds.
So what you saying is if a Ferrari, I guess what I'm trying to say is the way the game is built now is built for speed. It's built for long athleticism. You got a ton of dudes. I guess let me pivot. Because the reason why I started this was why didn't Kawhi play?
Okay.
And my point is, if you're putting $200 to $300 million in that dude, you ain't putting that dude out there.
Right.
You ain't putting that dude out there.
Right.
Because I'm worried about if Giannis is going to play in the finals. Because somebody say he ain't playing the entire finals. I could be wrong. Trae Young tried to take his little butt out there and look what happened. And the referee, come on, man, stepped on the ref's foot.
Yeah.
Probably cost him going to the finals.
Yes, it did.
Wow, that's tough.
Dude,
so
hold up.
I've seen people do that stuff and go out there and play. Now, let me ask you a question. If that was Mike Jordan, everybody jump on LeBron all the time. If that was Mike Jordan, if that was Magic, if that was Bird,
Isaiah,
if that was Karl Malone, Isaiah, would them dudes have played with the same thing Trae Young had?
Of course.
Oh my God! Come on, man.
Did you see how big Isaiah's ankle was when he was on 1 foot? Kenneth hit 40-something on Michael Cooper. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a scientist. Everybody can have their opinions about it. But I'm, Chris, it's just, so let's get Chris. Let's pivot. Let's go. Cause I did want to share one more thing with y'all about DeAndre Ayton, since we was there at the NBA. He had made to the NBA finals faster than any number 1 pick in the last 20 years. So he's the fastest number 1 pick to ever make it to the final in the last 20 years. The number 1 pick usually don't equate to you making the finals. So I just wanted to share that with everybody before we get out of here. But Chris, what did you want to talk about this Maria Taylor stuff?
Man, that's a tough one. I hit you about it yesterday.
Yeah.
And you already heard about it. And I will say one thing people should do. And you say about that Jeffrey Toobin thing. And it's like social media, they always say, be careful before you push send, Hatter, right?
Yeah.
I know one thing. If you on FaceTime or something, turn your camera off. Make sure you got all your equipment off. You better do that because people are getting jammed up because of that situation. And this is one of those situations, again, where somebody didn't turn off their stuff and they were taped and did not know they were being taped. But through that, guess what we find out? The truth of how people feel. So Rachel Nichols, who you guys all see on the jump, T-Mac was on the show. I don't know if he's there. You see Big Perk, Steven Jackson, they're all on there. She had a discussion with one of the heads of ESPN, and it was during it was about the 2020 finals, and Maria Taylor, you guys see her on the show. I think she's on the show. She's on the show if you guys have watched the NBA finals, she's been on a show with Jay Will and Jalen. And so now it's a situation where the conversation was Rachel Nichols says, why is Maria Taylor getting these opportunities to a degree? And the person who runs ESPN or the person who's in control of that particular situation says, well, I'm sick and tired of this Black Lives Matters and this Me Too movement. He said, I'm exhausted by it. So when you guys are watching to see people don't realize there's a lot of competition on who gets to interview people, who gets these different assignments. You see Marv Albert, he's leaving. The question is, who's going to take Marv Albert's place because he's not doing the NBA anymore? A lot of you said you hated Chris Webber. I actually like Chris Webber, but Chris Webber is not doing the NBA. You see that Brandon Hayward. You don't see Chris Webber because overwhelmingly people didn't want him, and now he's gone. Reggie Miller, right? He's gone. So a lot of that to do with, popularity, whether people vote him out, agents, who knows, or people in the head of the network saying, hey, we want this person instead of that person. But as far as Rachel Nichols, obviously we come down to a racial component. All right. Now, it's one of the situations where we don't have to deal with, male over female, giving a female a chance. It's 2 women going at it. So it goes to show you how to think about this. It goes to show you that it's not even just the gender aspect of it. Even when it gets to the women, it's still white and black. It's still race. It's still race. But then you chopped up Sage Steele, but I ain't gonna talk about that. But I'm just saying, it's still race when it comes down to it. So, but here's my question. If everything you watch on TV is TOC, the other culture, right? And you never see POCs, tell me, how do we get real estate? How do we acquire real estate? There's only one person that can do the NBA finals. There's only one person can sit in that chair. And if that one person been sitting in that chair is of a certain hue, if they want to change it, that means that hue can't be there anymore. Don't matter if it's Maria Taylor or not. The question is, ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports, who have probably more women on TV than any other sports station, right? Now we're saying put some women of what? Color on there. It's cool y'all got women, but can we get some women of color on there?
And Rachel was saying, and Rachel did, hold up, Chris. I'm just Rachel said that I don't mind you giving us some. Just don't give us some of my stuff.
But Hatter, here's the thing. That's the same thing I deal with.
I know.
What you mean? What you mean? Well, that's the big chair. So I gotta wait till you 95 years old. I can't want the big chair. You gotta have it all. I just dealt with my boy, who was a sideline reporter. I'm not gonna say for what network, and he would say, man, they got 4 sideline people, right? And they got 3 main, and then it really is 4 spots. But you know what they do with that 4 spot? They rotate the minorities
in the 4th spot.
In the 4th spot, so they can say, "Oh, we got about 4 minorities we use." No, you rotate in the 4, so they getting less opportunities. So guess what you think those 4 are doing? Fighting against each other. Wow. But the other 3 don't have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, right.
So if you want change, guess what? That means somebody else got to get less. That's how it happened. You mentioned before on CNN, it was not CNN, MSNBC. Old girl that says, "Hey, I'm gonna promote her." And then Jonathan Capehart got a show and Tiffany Cross got a show. Guess what that meant? Somebody else don't get a show. So if you won't change.
Rashida Jones. Rashida Jones. Yeah.
Rashida Jones did that. But I guarantee you there have been some other people that have been fighting for a show too. So guess what? She was in a position to change things.
Right.
And guess what she did? Changed them.
And lost in all of this, Chris, I don't want to share this with you. A lot of people don't know. We talking about Rachel Nichols, but it was a young lady named Kayla Johnson. She's the one who sent the video or the audio to Maria Taylor. And guess what, Chris? They docked her 2 months' pay, then start giving, who is a young black lady, docked her 2 weeks' pay, and then gave her menial jobs until she quit. So if it wasn't bad, Chris, if it was all up, everything was above board, why you fight Kayla Johnson? And know I'm gonna listen. I'm not gonna let them not talk about Kayla Johnson, because let me tell you something. I understand what's going on out here, y'all. Remember I told y'all it's two structures out here. We got a social structure where that's how they see us, Chris. And we got a governance structure of how we see, how we see each other. So that's why I always tell us we got to see each other better. That's why I'm glad a Ryan Clark and a Jalen. I'm finna show y'all something that's gonna blow y'all away. This is 11 months ago. This stuff happening, we just hearing about it. Check this out, y'all. Y'all know this didn't happen just yesterday, Chris. You just said the finals from last year, right?
Yeah,
2020. Check this out, Chris. This happened, this interview, this was Maria Taylor 11 months ago when this stuff happened. Check this out.
Hey, black woman. I just wanted you to know that you're pretty dope. Like, I don't care what society tells you. They might tell you that your skin's not pretty enough, that there's not enough shades to match your makeup, that although all women make 82 cents to the dollar on white men, you make 62 cents. They may tell you that you don't deserve that promotion, even though you know you do. They may tell you that when you get the promotion that you only got it because you were black. But we know that's not true. I just want you to know that I believe in you. So resist the urge to fall in line. Don't be humble, girl, brag, because you are so fine. You're the only one that can do what you do on a daily basis and never say boo-hoo to anyone, because you are the one, the black woman that's stronger than everyone.
Now I see why she did that. I played this on the show a long time ago. Now this happened around that time, Chris. This was 11 months ago, y'all. Y'all can go look it up. Go Google it. This young woman and guess what? She been happy. I know, and the other person that's on that set is Woj, Chris.
Yep. Woj.
Woj is the other person on that set. And Rachel Nichols just thought she was supposed to she already got Michelle Beadle ran out of there. Remember we used to?
Oh, I forgot
Yes,
about that.
Rachel Nichols. Rachel Nichols.
She hadn't been on TV since.
Yes, we got to realize now Rachel Nichols the one getting all the interviews. Oh, she got Chris Paul in there. Oh, she was in the boat. And Chris, this happened.
But I'm
sorry.
Hold that thought.
Okay.
What happened to Malika Andrews?
Oh, she's still there?
But no. In the finals in the bubble, she did all the interviewing.
Malika did.
Yeah,
Yes.
year.
She did it.
That's
She did it this year too. We
No,
wasn't in the
not
bubble.
the-
She
not
did
the
the
Western. Maybe she did the
no,
Eastern.
she did the Philadelphia. I think the Philadelphia series. She did a whole. She had series this she did. Yes, Malika was there. Oh yeah.
Okay, because I haven't seen her on TV.
Oh
lately.
yeah, Malika's there, baby.
They talk about it. She does like little reports and stuff, but she's not interviewing the guys after the game.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that little girl. Hey, y'all have you read her story, Chris?
Nah.
Go to the Undefeated and read Malika Andrews. Malika she used to be out of there mentally. She was a young girl that just started stuff. I mean, y'all got to go read it, man. I mean, a great article, and she turned her life around, and now she one of the best in the business. She had some troubled times out there in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Troubled time. Mark Spears. Guess who the guy who picked her up? Hold on. Guess who the guy that picked her up and put her in position? Woj. Yes. Great story, y'all. Great story, Malika Andrews. But back to Maria. Like I said, I don't want people to forget about Kayla Johnson. Because all this young girl did was try, hey sis, I got your back. This what happened. And Chris, you got to realize that live mic, Chris, you remember you taught me the first, when I first brought me on with the Chop Shop, you was explaining to me about the live mic.
Oh, yeah.
And Rachel Nichols, if y'all don't know, in her hotel room, they had a production like in my office right now, was set up in her office. But all the stuff she say goes to the ESPN server because it's ESPN stuff. And the young girl just taped it, and she got some of that tape, Kayla, and said, "Look here, Maria, it brought around there laughing in your damn face all the time, but this was happening." So Deadspin did a little weak article about it long time ago, but New York Times exposed their butt this weekend. This stuff been going on for a year, y'all. But guess what? When you got that pen, you control the narrative.
That's right.
Look here, we wasn't even talking about it last year because Deadspin spent it to make Rachel, hold up. They had Rachel like she was the victim. They had the Rachel. Go read the Deadspin article. I'm going to find it. I'm going to post it. They had Rachel like Rachel was the victim. No. You around there trying to run anybody trying to do something you doing. Like Chris said, she don't want to give up none of the spots. She want all the spots.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad Chris Paul must have known that. See? You remember when Chris said, "Hey, Rachel, I ain't really got time to talk to you right now. I'm trying to get over here to my guys." Y'all remember? In other words, get the hell out of here. Chris Paul, he's the Player Association president. These players talk.
He definitely
knew. So,
definitely
I mean, it was just y'all got to realize these people that you think you're allies, she might be your allies as a woman, but when it comes to get her and you and her, it's
I mean, and she's seeing her rise, man. It's it's no different than the backup, the quarterback who's a starting guy. All of a sudden, see the other guy, coming in. Alex Smith see Patrick Mahomes coming. Whoever's a quarterback before they had the kid at what's his name in Baltimore.
Brett Favre saw A-Rod coming.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my thing is, she's like, she's trying to protect her territory. Let them do the same thing to Stephen A. Smith. He'll do the same thing.
Of course.
So what I'm saying is, and I'm gonna tell you something that's crazy. I heard through the grapevine, Rhea Taylor said, "I want to get paid the same way Stephen A. get paid." That's what somebody told me through the grapevine. She want to get paid the same way Stephen A. get paid.
Who do? Who?
Maria Taylor.
Oh,
Maria
yes.
Taylor.
Hold
Yeah, I
up.
want to get paid the same way he get paid.
Hold up. I'm going to tell you why I know it's true. Y'all know. Hold on. I had something for y'all. God, no. Check this out. Check this out, y'all. Right quick.
If you're great at what you do, you deserve the bag.
Yes, absolutely.
That easy. And Reggie Jackson deserves it. And he's playing that.
Well, if that's the case, Maria need a raise.
Yep.
Reggie Jackson had 9 20-point games so far this postseason. Only 7 during the regular season. Everyone's playing for the bag.
You got an MVP vote. You got a Heisman vote. You know what I'm saying? The most unique talent in the game.
If you're great at what
Did you see that brother get that sister? She
Jalen
needs
Rose,
the bag. Huh?
Jalen Rose, no. Jalen Rose, no.
She got a Heisman vote and an MVP vote. The most unique talent in the business. Rachel Nichols don't have a Heisman vote.
Right.
This is the same Maria Taylor who, go back and Google, your boy Nick Saban talk crazy too. Now, why you ask me that question?
I remember that.
Yes.
I remember that.
Listen, y'all remember, I told you, and I'm going to keep saying it, it's how we see each other. Shout out to Jalen Rose, man. Ain't nobody else said that. Jalen Rose said, hey, she needs the bag. She needs the raise. Because guess what? Her contract ends, Chris.
Today.
Yes. At the end, yes. Contract ends.
Today. But you know what, Hatter? Here's the thing. Think about the controversy that we're having right now. Here we have a talented young lady doing her thing. Hey, I work with one, Monica McNutt. I know if you watch me, we do CBS with Monica McNutt.
Oh, you told me she was going to be good.
Oh,
you told me before anybody ever said something. You said, Hatter, she got some.
Smoke. Brings the smoke.
Yes.
Ain't afraid of nobody. You know, can talk with anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And she's the next one now.
Yes, sir.
Maria's right. She can sit in the room, put the cigar up, and do her thing. I don't know if you guys ever watched Real Husbands or Housewives when Sally Richardson came on the show and played poker with them dudes and just cleaning a clock and just like
I missed that. I didn't see it.
Now my husband can be on the show now because I did this to y'all. Like that's how Maria. Like, you like, whoa, you got to sit next to her. Cole, you better make sure you study the night before because she like that, you know. And so my thing is, you know, when you're in a situation like that, you know, and people think that a lot of women are getting opportunities just because they're women. Yeah, sure, there could be some of that they want to diversify, but let me just tell you something. They putting some sharks out there on you now. Don't get it twisted. Yeah. like you better come with your game because there's some women out there that's on point.
But Chris,
and she one of them.
Chris, just tell me, because Chris, I'll never forget it, Chris. You were on a show, and I told you I watched the show. And you said, girl I was on there with? Rob. Deborah. This was way back. Chris, wasn't nobody. They were way back. You said this girl here is she one of them.
No, she one of them, bro. No, she's legit. She's legit. And again, not to say that just because she's a woman, like, oh, she talks sports or she has personality, like she's like a unicorn. I'm just saying, like, man or woman, this girl's legit, man or woman.
Georgetown grad. Georgetown grad.
Yeah, Georgetown grad. Played who?
They said she could play.
Yeah, she could play. She was a shooter.
Yeah,
you know?
that's what they said. She's shooting.
You gotta bring your verbal jousting. You better be ready to go because she's coming at that neck, and you know, and she's spitting game and she does her thing. So my thing is, again, from a competitive standpoint, right. You know, when you see Maria Taylor, it's like, hey, just pay me what I'm owed. Pay me what I'm owed, and it don't matter what you paid women before me. I'm special. I hate when people say that. Well, no, we never paid. It doesn't matter. I'm not him. What you mean? You know, it don't matter what you paid that person before. I'm not that person.
Chris, you can do that when you have leverage. That's called leverage negotiation.
That's the L word. That is the real L word.
Yes.
It's the real L word, you know. So my thing is, it's just one of those things where you just, again, with the Rachel Nichols thing, I'm sure here's what we're not going to do.
Okay.
Let's not absolve the ESPN executive for what he said. Forget about Rachel Nichols. She's just trying to hold on to some real estate.
Yes.
And the opportunity.
I'm with you.
He says, I'm sick and tired of Black Lives Matter.
And the Me Too movement.
And you know what somebody told me the other day? Here's what somebody told me the other day. It blew me away. One of my good friends I used to coach with back in the day. He says, Chris, Here these dudes are saying Black Lives Matter and going, upset about Black Lives Matter and talking about Blue Lives Matter. And guess what they did? They say they represent the flag. Blue Lives Matter got their own flag. What's wrong with the flag we got? Why are you making your own flag? Black people we ain't doing that. Blue Lives Matter got their own flag.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you.
It's got blue where the red. It's got blue where the red is.
Yeah, they got their own flag, man. I'm like, hold on, man. What's going on here?
Dude.
And so
That's unique. That's a unique topic, unique take, especially you on that side. Because Chris, you gonna have to deal with that soon. I mean, you're gonna have to deal with. You're dealing with it every day. Because if Chris Walker comes in, somebody got to be out.
Bro, that's how it is. And I am unapologetic. And I'm very clear with any agent. I say, hey, I get it, but at some point, somebody that looks like me needs to be on this screen talking about sharing our message. And it doesn't mean that you can't use other people. No one's saying that. All I'm saying is if there's only three, think about it, if there's only 450 NBA players, people don't understand. I say basketball people are the worst mathematician. If there's only 450 NBA players, right, and there's 30 first-round draft picks, that means 30 dudes are gone no matter what. People don't understand that. 30 dudes are gone no matter what because 30 dudes are getting what? Guaranteed contracts.
Yeah.
So 30 dudes are gone. If 15 dudes in the second round make it, guess what that means? 45 dudes are gone.
Right.
It's not personal.
No, it's business.
Every year, 30 dudes are gone, no matter what. The first round draft pick's making it. It's guaranteed money. Well, in media, it's not the same way. But if you want change, and if you want radical change, if there's only one Super Bowl and you want an African American there, guess what that means? Is it 2 Super Bowls? I'm confused. Is it 4 Final Fours?
That's a good point. So Chris, so Chris, when you say things like that, now I really understand the importance of a platform like this.
Oh, 100%. 100%. You know what's funny, man? I listen to Sirius, and like I said, I got a show. I don't want to get everybody hyped, possibly coming out in August on Sirius XM Radio, right? And I listen to Sirius XM Radio, And you know what's funny, man? Where are our voices? You know why I started the Chop Shop? The number one reason I started, hey, man, we want to talk sports our way. We want to talk it our way. In the barbershop, loud, say what we want to talk about it our way. If there's 49 million black people in America, why can't a show like the Chop Shop be successful? You tell me. 49 million black people. We only need a fraction of that to make this a hit show. A fraction. Advertisers don't care if it's white or black. Advertisers green. A fraction. So the question is, do people care enough about wanting to hear their people? Because when I hear the other shows with the other culture, I hear brothers calling into the show. I'm like, man, what? Why you calling? That's crazy you talking to that dude. That dude has no idea what he's talking about. And then those dudes be handling them, handling them.
Yeah.
Hanging the phone up on them. I'll be like, whoa, man. We ain't hanging up on Herb. Herb, say what you want to say. This is the Chop Shop. Let's chop it up.
Yeah.
That means we get chopped up too sometimes.
So that means we got to appreciate this kind of show better.
Absolutely. Hatter, I'm gonna tell you this: the fact that we got the Boom Boom Room. Show me another show that's got the Boom Boom Room where we interact with our people.
No.
We don't need a phone line. We can just talk to them right there. They can say whatever they want.
So Chris, that's what I be trying to explain to people when I said, share the show, subscribe to the show. We don't need to be on CBS. CBS need to be coming up. See, thank you, Yvette, for put us on CBS, Chris. We don't need CBS. CBS is white owned. This is black owned. Yvette. Baby, y'all got to listen. And I understand our mind has been so conditioned and so conditioned to believe that CBS is better. Only reason CBS is better because y'all watch it. Chris, you got to help me with this.
Listen, if people want the Chop Shop to be on Sirius XM Radio, the Chop Shop will be on Sirius XM Radio.
But
all you gotta do is put eyeballs on it. Guess what? Just like how to say YouTube, Instagram. If you put eyeballs on this show, guess what they're gonna say? Hey man, they don't say, hey man, it's all black people. Look at the numbers. Look at the metrics. We need to talk to them. That's what they're gonna say.
But no, I don't like Jimmy. I don't like Chris. I don't like Hannah. The platform, y'all, somebody when we leave, this platform gonna be for maybe one of y'all's damn kids. Let me repeat that. We building this platform for somebody else. We can't keep doing this. Y'all see Chris busy, huh?
Do you know that when I first started Chop Shop in Mars Parsons, remember we were over there at KYND? Yeah. Do you know that, and Jimmy knows this because Jimmy did the research, that there was not one other black-owned radio station in the country with a sports show. Do you understand that? Black people love sports, but we can't call and talk to black people about sports. You had Ralph Cooper in Houston, who's a legend, who an icon. We all love him.
Right.
But tell me, you go to any other city, who can you talk sports with? That's black. Okay, they got a couple of guys, Freddie on X.
Yeah, Freddie Fitzsimmons. Yeah,
Freddie Fitzsimmons. They got it. But what I'm saying is, where's the hip show where you can talk about sports with black people? Tell me that show. And you know why they won't put that show on? Because they don't think we'll support it.
Yes.
They don't think we'll support it.
I am so glad because sometimes, y'all, we just got to get smarter. Chris, you remember I keep saying we just don't know how much power we have?
Bro, 49 million black people in this country.
And guess what? Some people are sitting and watch this whole show and never share it. Some people some people will not go over to YouTube and subscribe to it.
Bro, let me tell you what I watched today. Let me tell you what I watched this weekend when I was in Chicago. I watched a show called This Is Pop. Everybody on YouTube, I want you to watch This Is Pop. It's a show. I ain't trying to give them no love, but it was very interesting. And I talked to you about it, Hatter. It was about Boys to Men.
Yes.
And I told you when Boys to Men came out, remember, they understand how this works. When Boys to Men came out, there really wasn't a group like that. There was New Edition. All you old heads know what I'm talking about. And then Boys to Men took the world by storm. And Babyface will tell you, and little Michael Bivins, they never really had to cross over, right? Because everybody jumped on them right away. They broke Elvis Presley's records, all type of stuff. Boys to Men. And then guess what happened? Guess what happened out of Boys to Men? They pirate our looks, they pirate our style, and guess what happened? Backstreet Boys. 98 Degrees. Y'all love Justin Timberlake and NSYNC. And then guess what happened when all that happened? No more Boys to Men. After they broke all them records, all them Elvis Presley records, #1 for 13 straight weeks, they broke them all. On Bended Knee, then they came back with I'll Make Love to You, and One Sweet Day. They broke every single record Elvis Presley ever did. Matter of fact, they were breaking their own records. And then Backstreet Boys came along and all the rest of them. And then guess what I started doing, Hatter? I said, well, hold on, man. If Boys to Men, let me look at how many records they sold. Man, do you know that them non-singing cats outsold them dudes like 2 to 3 to 1? Now, here's the point. That Babyface says, hey, man, here's the bottom line. Those white people that supported them, because Boys and Men even said it, I encourage everybody to watch it, that supported them, they became big because white people watched them and liked them. So when those girls had those posters on the wall, guess who they put on the wall? They didn't put little black boys. They put Nick Lachey. They put them dudes from Backstreet Boys. That was they didn't have Wanye and Sean, right? And Nate on the wall. So the minute they pirated our looks and pirated our sound, guess what happened? It took off. Now, Chris, why are you saying that? This is the thing that bothers me, and I get into this discussion all the time. Jay-Z came from the hood. We made Jay-Z.
Hello? Preach,
made Drake. Yeah, he might become a billionaire when he crosses over, and they like him too. But there's 49 million of us, Hatter. It's 49 million of us. When we get behind something, Raphael Warnock, y'all listening? When we get Barack Obama, when we get behind something, it's going to be successful. Am I right or wrong? How do you tell me?
Keep talking. I'm looking for something. I'm trying to help somebody. Keep talking,
man. If you want the chop shop to blow up, it will blow up. Period. It's real simple. It's intentional because they don't. Do you know why? In the film industry, I shoot documentaries. Do you know in the film industry why black movies don't get made? Do people understand why they don't use black leads all the time? And they use guys, and the black leads they use now, the dudes are from Africa and England and stuff, because they think we don't have international appeal. Because a lot of movies like those Van Damme movies and Nicolas Cage movies they still making, they may not make money here, but overseas, they make a killing. So you got to realize they're in the business of making money. They're not in the business of making people happy or making the world, or doing kumbaya stuff. They make movies to make money. And if they think that casting black people do not make them money, they're not going to cast them. So that's why we have to make our own movies. You dig where I'm coming from? Again, 49 million black people. If we want something to be successful, right? For us, by us. Do anybody know what for us, by us is?
FUBU.
Damian John. Does he got a lot of money? Does anybody know what Rockaware is?
Yeah.
Ask him how much he cashed out. Ask Sean John how much he cashed out for. Cross colors. Does anybody know what that is? When we want something to work, it will work. Period.
But it comes back to what I said. It's how we see each other.
Coach, like you said before, there's two types of business, right? So people would argue, and people argue with me all the time, and that's fine. I call it the elephant in our room. Not the elephant in the room.
The room, yeah.
Our room. The question is, I know how they see us. The question is, how do we see each other? You know what I'm saying?
You preaching, Walker.
Let me ask you a question. You think the wolf, do you ever think he want the sheep to be smart?
No.
Come on.
No, sir. No, sir.
You think the wolf want the sheep to be educated?
No, sir.
They eat the sheep. What do you want to give the sheep more advantages? He gonna put more rules around the sheep so he can eat more sheep. He ain't gonna be like, hey, Mr. Sheep, get educated. Hey, Mr. Sheep, learn this, learn that, so you can learn how to get away from me. So you learn how to be smart and hide from me. He don't go teach him that. So guess what all the sheep gotta learn how to do? Teach each other. Come on, man. Come on, man.
49 million people, Chris. And we got the power to do whatever we want to. Hold up, Chris. It don't even cost you nothing to share the show.
Come on, man.
It don't even cost you to subscribe to the show.
It's intentional, man. Let somebody say, call Kanai. Think about it. We made these dudes millionaires wearing our stuff our way. For us, by us. That's the greatest name ever. For us, by us.
Wow.
And that made that dude rich. And he's sitting up there on the damn, whatever that show called. I mean, hey, can you make a black version of that, please? I'm cool, Damian John. Let's make a black version of that show. Let's do that. Like they always say, Stevie Wonder, you want to impress me? Grab the wheel. Like, I get it. That's a cool show, Shark Tank. You know what I'm saying? Let's get Dolphin Tank or something. Let's get another tank to help some black. I'm just keeping it 100, man.
I'm just serious, man.
Let's get Dolphin Tank. Let's get another show. Let's get Flounder Tank, something that we know some of. Let's get Catfish Tank. Let's get something we know some about. We can help some of us. Dude got a great barbecue sauce. You know what I'm saying? That he want to put out on the market. I'm just saying, dog.
But no, man. I was thinking about what's up, Frank White. Frank White. Let me tell you something, man.
Oh man,
when we start talking about high school basketball, let me. I just heard some. I didn't know that a school like Wright. I'm just throwing this out there. School like I don't want to pivot, but since Frank Wright's on here, I want to make sure they was just talking about. I didn't realize that Rice University was interested in your son. Man, let me tell y'all something. Take a long look at that, Frank. Before you go and well, he want to go here. We're going to take a long look at it. And I'm not just trying to endorse. Take a long look at that, Frank, before we when y'all make y'all decision. But back to you, Chris. Chris. It's just amazing. This something that we didn't plan.
We didn't plan on it.
And let me tell you something. And Yvette, I see your comments. I understand what you're saying about CBS. But we don't need CBS right now. All we need is a share and a subscribe.
and let me tell you something. And if black
That's
folks
the
do what
point.
they're supposed to do, CBS gonna be like, well, how much can we pay you?
Yes.
People don't understand. They'll come to you.
They come to us. You want to be.
They'll come to you.
You always want to be operating from a position of power.
No doubt.
We don't want to go, Chris, come on. You got to get this show. I got this little show. They ain't listening to that, Yvette.
Nah, because you have no power.
When millions of y'all eyeballs start getting on this, guess what? They gonna call us.
Oh, absolutely. What can we do for you?
What can we do for y'all? We not saying we know YouTube on this and YouTube. We understand that. We understand that. But guess what? If enough eyeballs get on this situation, let me tell you something. We can't get where white people gonna always own something, Yvette. they gonna always own stuff. Okay? They own Apple. They own the telephone that you talking on. They own the cars you drive. So they always gonna, we just trying to put ourselves in a position where we don't need CBS. CBS supposed to be calling Chris, talking about, don't you know them guys down there? That's the point. That's the point I'm trying to make. The chop shop is owned by black folks. We just use, we just use these people to stream it out. Guess what? It's gonna come a time.
If we can find somebody that was black that they're streaming, we be going to them.
Thank you. Thank you. Don't get so, what I was trying to do to get y'all to understand, don't get so excited. Well, get Chris to go to CBS. Don't get so, no, not you. No. I tell people all the time, man, I don't mind you using me. I got gifts. I got some in this brain you better use. But guess what? I just don't want you to misuse me.
No doubt.
Use me. hey, hold on. We use Neiman Marcus to bring them Tom Ford shades so you can buy them. Yeah. But don't go misuse me, Neiman Marcus by stealing the shades. That's misuse. If you steal them. I'm sorry.
You heard my boy. You heard my boy is gonna be on We're gonna be on what they call the show, the football show on HBO. Hard Knocks.
Hold on. Inside NBA.
No.
Inside NFL. Huh?
No, Hard Knocks. The show Hard Knocks on HBO.
Oh, nobody want to see that shit. Dude,
the Dallas Cowboys.
That's what that means. Everybody who's on, hold up, Chris. Everybody who's ever been on there don't never make it to the Super Bowl. So y'all shouldn't. Yeah, everybody who's ever been.
Guess what?
That year.
We got Dak back.
Okay.
We got my boy Zeke in shape. He gonna get rid of that crop top. And we about to get busy. I'm just telling you, this might be our year, man. This might be our year. Jerry might with his old. I don't even want to talk about Jerry, but
can we take a break? We're gonna take a quick break. But when we come back, I want your take on my little young girl, Sha'Carri Richardson. When we get
little smoker. No, I'm chopping.
I think she had an edible.
She had an edible.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
We'll be back.
We'll talk about Bill Cosby.
We'll be back in a minute.
We'll talk about Bill Cosby.
Oh, yes. Okay. All right.
The Cox Prater Law Firm. Big city, big town, big settlement. Your fight is our fight. Need legal advice? You know who to call. Personal injury, wrongful death, car accidents, premise liability, serious injuries. 1-800-HURT-NOW.
Welcome back. I got C. Walk with me today. Chris Walk. Chris, great conversation, man. We've talked about everything, but thank you. Yvette, that was a great comment you made. I'm glad you did that because a lot of our people think like that. And I just want us to get out of thinking, we got the power right here. And Chris, and Chris, maybe we need, because they said faith comes by, the Bible said faith comes by hearing and hearing the word. Maybe I need to keep talking about that until we understand how powerful we are. Guess what? I don't need CBS. I got CBS right next to me. Oh, look, Chris, let me repeat that because that might go over everybody. CBS is right there. Wait a minute. Wait. CBS, that's CBS right there. So we just got to be
49 million black people.
Huh?
49 million. 49 million black people.
49 million black people, Chris.
Come on, man.
Share the show. Share the show. But Chris, you say you want to talk about Bill Cosby?
Ooh.
Or do you want to talk about Sha'Carri Richardson?
Let's talk about Sha'Carri first. We'll talk about Bill next because I want to hear people's take on Bill.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness. But
what do you think about Sha'Carri? All her life, I don't know how long she's been running. Huh? What'd you say?
She's 21 years old.
Yes.
Running LSU, right? She at LSU. Fast as I don't what? A greyhound, a gazelle, but made a mistake. I can't wait to hear Herb's take on this. So the question is, here's my question to the chop shop. To the boom boom room. Do you think that the Olympic Committee was wrong to ban her? Could they have given her the slap on the wrist, Hatter? It's not a performance-enhancing drug, right?
Yeah.
She said that her mom had passed away. Obviously, you know those people, they don't care about that, for sure. Mom had passed away, and you said it was a gummy. Two ways I look at it. A, she knows the rules. She knows the rules.
She knows.
She apologized, right? Second part is, and I said this to you, if that was your child, right? Herb, stupid. If that was your child, right? Would you think about it? You've been practicing all your life to go to the Olympics. All your life, you've been putting all this time in, getting up early, eating the right way, training the right way. And then that's what you go and do. And if you sit them down and say, hey, if you had to do it all over again, what do you think they say? I would never have done it. But the question is mentally, and you were talking about mental health, Catter, what's going on? Right?
You said you gave me another example. You said, hey, one of you mamas out there, Chris. Chris, you was talking about the mamas. Mama, right. Your son go out there, she be good. He about to sign a $100 million contract with the NBA. You talked about Jalen Harris. That's a two-way player.
From the Raptors.
Ain't been on a team that. He's a rookie, so he ain't been there that long. How do you get 4? You got to get 4 flunks for them to suspend you, Jimmy. You got to flunk. Chris, you got to flunk 4 times.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
You sure she failed 4 times or 1 time?
No, I ain't talking about her. I'm talking about Jalen Harris.
Oh, yeah, in the NBA.
I'm talking about NBA. I'm talking about NBA. No, I ain't talking about her. Hold on. I'm using parallels because I got you. We talk about both. Your mama, Junebug has just signed this $200 million, about to sign this $100 million deal. But if he smoked, it nixed the deal. How would you feel? And I know everybody talking, well, Michael Phelps didn't test positive. He got caught smoking a bone. Evidently, if it was positive, they must have did. The Olympic committee, and I feel so bad because we talked so glowingly about her for a whole week. Sha'Carri, we talked glowingly about her, and I hate to see it happen, but I love how she just stood up and said, "I knew the rules."
But Hatter, here's the retort. Here's what people will say. I'm looking at Chuck saying, "Rule is a rule." Hey man, we live in a country that has criminalized more people that look like us, people that listen to this show, right? Criminalized, ruin lives, ruin families, wealth, you name it. People that are still in jail now for something that is legal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good one.
And yeah, it's not a federal law that is legal. California, Portland, Arizona. You go to a lot of these other states, Las Vegas, you can smoke all the weed you want.
And I thought about this, Chris. I said, and us as Black Americans, Chris, I can never get behind the rules thing because rules kept our ancestors in chains. Didn't it? The rules?
Absolutely.
And I know very well rules are applied differently for different people. I've seen that.
Absolutely.
So,
in Bill Cosby's case, if he didn't have money, he'd still be in jail. He got money, he out of jail.
The whole rules are meant to be broken. It's just, somebody rules in the rule. Who said that? Let me go back to him. And I want to address you, baby, because I understand Chuck said a rule is a rule, Chuck. But Chuck, rules are meant to be broken. It's a little bit more accurate, Chuck. Instead of a rule is a rule, rules are meant to be broken. They break them. We got a guy, every other president in history have given their taxes
Ronald
up.
Reagan, they love him to death. Ronald Reagan.
No. But I'm saying it's a practice that not a law, but it's a practice that all presidents gave up and disclose their taxes. We had one guy say, "I'm not showing mine." It was a rule.
I got one even better. They break laws and they say, "Well, we can't prosecute him when he's president."
Yes.
What? Broke the law. What do you mean? We can't prosecute him? No, not while he's president. But we can ban a girl for eating a gummy? She can't go to the Olympics? Hatter, forget about that, Hatter. I'm going to stay there. But how about the other rule where the black business that makes swimming caps for people who have a lot of hair, different type of hair, unbelievable.
You got to realize who's making these rules. The Olympic, the world, they don't care enough. That's why I said we got to love that 41. What you said, that 49 million? This is why we got to love on each other so much. Because we already know how they feel about you. Maybe I need to repeat that.
Cap that fits your head.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Think about it. I just look at our prisons, right? It's full of people who had the rules applied to them differently.
Absolutely, man.
Mr.
Dale Griggs says, "I'm just tuning in, but it's like my job. If I test positive, I get fired." And you know what I tell everybody? That might be true.
Yeah.
But every law ain't just.
Yes.
And laws change. Yes. I remember when black and white people couldn't get married.
Yeah.
And it was the law.
Yes. It was a rule.
It was a rule. I remember when black people that look like me and white people in the South couldn't drink at the same water fountain. It was the law. Every law is not just. I'm sorry.
I like that, Chris.
Every law is not just. So
maybe she should have learned how to. I mean, I don't know what she was doing.
The rule is, and I don't know this, and here's my other thing, and I'll say this, and maybe somebody like Herb or somebody,
can help
address this, because I know he would know this. People tell me marijuana is not addictive. That's what some people say. But when you go to these dudes and say, "Listen, man, if you don't stop smoking, you're going to lose this job." They can't stop.
Why they can't stop? Hold up. No, excuse. I just like it. But your ass can't stop.
But you can't drive a car that takes you where you need to go because you're not gonna have money to pay your car note, and you're not gonna have a place to live because you need money. You need this job. So stop doing it, man. Please, man. It should be. It's not legal, dude. It don't matter. If you want to keep that job, you got to stop smoking. Man, they should change the rules, bruh. They're not changing the rules. But I thought it wasn't addictive. You can't stop.
I think it's addictive. I think it's addictive. I think it's addictive. I know some people, man, smoke every single day and twice on Sunday.
And then you get the people say, well, alcohol is legal. Yeah, it is. It's legal.
Yeah. It used to be, hold up. It used to be illegal.
And go in there and drive and drink and see what happened to your butt. I told you today.
Oh, you told me something this morning. What you said is a whole industry out there.
What they make money off drunk driving. Ask somebody to get on their speed that's got a drunk driving charge and ask how much it costs to get out of it. Do you know they can park in Hatter? We go to Davenport. Just go to Papacitos. They know people in there drinking Swamp Things or Papados. And just tell the cop to sit outside. And they know somebody that had 2 or 3 Swamp Things and they can take them in for driving what DWI. It's an industry on that, man. Tell Troy Brady to come on and tell you what a DWI costs to get out of. It's an industry. Marijuana is going to be an industry too. They just haven't caught up. Trust me, it's going to be legal. They've decriminalized it in New York. But you know what? But guess what Alex Caruso tried to do? Take it on a private plane. Do that interstate commerce stuff you want to. Try to smuggle some marijuana to see what happened to your butt. You probably got away with it a few times. I'm just trying to tell people.
Hey, man, I can't call it. Man, I got a friend of mine. Right. Hey, I got a friend of mine. I learned so much about weed. I got a friend of mine. He ain't going nowhere. He rides a private plane. He ain't going nowhere. Hey, y'all help me out. Without this weed. Hold up. You know, when you got one of these plane lease, you know, sometimes you don't always get the same plane. So some planes have the exhaust that circulate inside, and some have the exhaust that goes out. He been used to smoking weed on this private plane on the planes that when the weed, it goes out. But this particular plane, his pilots, it circulated in there, and that smoke was gonna get what? In their system. So when they have, check this out. So when they have a drug test, so they had to report his ass. But he had some weed, man. It was in so many packages. I'll never forget this. He said, he asked the dude, he said, what you want something to keep you up? You want something to knock you out? You want something? They got different stuff in the weeds that make it.
Oh, well, here's my thing. This is what people say. Well, all weed does is make you sleepy and hungry. That's not true. They got different strands. If somebody's saying, so if something keeps you up, right? Or you talking about something like I forget the drugs that the baseball players used to use back in the day, or that the Germans, people don't know this, and I wish I was prepared to talk about this. The Germans, what they call the Blitzkrieg, back in the day, they used to give them a drug that kept them up so they can march all night long.
Yeah.
Amphetamine or something. I can't remember what it was, but they would give them something that make them march. It wasn't ecstasy. I forget what it was. Oh my God, it was like acid or whatever it was. Who's to say that if you smoke some type of marijuana, that it ain't performance enhancing? I don't know. It's a reason why they ban it. There's different strength. It don't all make you tired. It may make you relax. It could be. It is medicinal.
So Sha'Carri could have had something to make her go faster?
I don't know. Maybe it'll make her feel pain. Maybe it doesn't make her feel pain. That's what steroids do. Steroids, when you on some of that stuff, you don't feel pain. You can heal quicker. So you don't get as sore. So what I'm saying is, especially if all them dudes in the NBA, and I don't want to call some of them names, they smoke right before the game.
And you notice the
The
NBA,
NBA couldn't have a season if they didn't ban marijuana.
They changed the rule. Hold up, what my man Chuck McGowan? The NBA changed their rule. Hey man, y'all can smoke now, baby.
I think they did it for the pandemic. I don't know. It may come back.
So hold on. So this dude, Jalen Harris, must have been doing something else, pimp.
Oh, how about the kid from Kentucky? I forget his name. That's another one they kicked out. Dude, think about this. You in the NBA.
Hey.
You in a place that only 4,000 people. I think what the number was.
4,000 something? Yeah. Under 5,000.
Under 5,000 people. I'm not talking about made a career of it that wore the jersey. In the NBA. You've been working all your life to get there. And you can't stop smoking. So the question is, it's got to be something mentally that's there, right? I don't even want to say the kid's name. One of my parents that I've known took their kid to school, checked in the dorm, and it smelled like they was in a Rasta concert. I'm like, hold on, man. So you mean the coaches know these dudes are doing this? They know it's illegal. They know it's not. Is it good for an athlete? Is it good for your lungs? I'm just curious. Like, tell me how smoking marijuana is good for you as a basketball player. I'd like to know. I'd like to know. How is it? So people say, well, it makes you this, it makes you that. At the end of the day, bro, you're not a rapper. I get it. You work at a chemical plant. You work at a place where if you make a mistake, people lose money, people could lose their lives. We don't need you disoriented. I'm sorry. So as they say, the pilot can't have a bad day, Hatter.
Right.
Man, I just had a bad day. He have a bad day, 500 people die. Come on, man. You can't have a bad day, man.
A friend of mine I play golf with, he was just telling me just the other day, because I came by his house and I saw he had some CBD, whatever that C.
That still work now.
Huh?
It's a beast. I use that. It's a beast.
Hold up. He said,
it's a beast.
Then he got something you can drip. He said, put it under your tongue, man. Everything is hurting you. I said, dude, I'm not finna put none of that stuff in this whole body, man. If I done went this damn long without doing it, I think I can just wait a little. I can wait this thing out, Lord. I mean,
Listen, you can't legislate morality. All I'm saying is if they say it's against the law, right, and you want a job and they're going to drug test you, you got a choice to make. Life's about choices and chances. If your choice to smoke weed and if they say, hey, Chris, we drug testing at CBS, and I'm saying, I got a choice to make. Is smoking weed more important than being on TV? It's not about whether I want to argue about it or not. Because they're not going to change the rules just because of me. I got to ask myself what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? By the way, do they drug test teachers at high schools? Do they drug test them?
I don't know.
They drug test Stephen Woods? Does Stephen Woods get drug tested?
Corey said,
Corey Henderson.
Corey said, what's up, man? I'm just saying, Corey, I done took this long. I've been this long.
Corey said they get drug tested. The teachers get drug tested.
Well, they need to. They need to, yeah. But Chris, I saw some this weekend, Chris.
People say yes, too. Damn, I didn't know teachers got drug tested. Wow. Is that every year, or is that one time they get the job and they can do whatever they want for the next 20 years?
So
that's the other piece.
Wow.
Once. Wow. So that means after they get drug tested once, they pass that test, they blunt it up for they're dealing with them kids, do whatever they want to do.
He said it's CBD. See, I don't mind putting it on me. I just ain't gonna. I don't want to take that.
What district Brandy in? Brandy said, I've been in the district for 8 years, no drug test.
Brandy, they know you ain't smoking. They just know you ain't smoking, Brandy. You just such a sweetie. They said, we ain't gonna test Miss Brandon. Miss Brandon ain't doing all that. Miss Brandon, I don't know. It's random.
Wow.
Chris, I want to share something because I know we toward the end of the show, and I know we're going to talk about.
You scared to talk about Bill Cosby, but we ain't gonna go there because I know it ain't.
No, but Chris, I know what you to come. Chris, you know it was something. Not about Bill Cosby, because guess what? He had enough money to get out. I mean, if he didn't have that money, he wouldn't have got out. That's all.
Yeah, but they're talking about having Bill Cosby Day and all that kind of stuff. Like,
no, I ain't read that part. I ain't read that part. No, cause no. The reason I'm not finna celebrating, no. I'm gonna make it quick. The reason I'm not trying to celebrate because he admitted to drugging them girls. He'd have drugged my daughter, I'd have whooped his old ass. So guess what? I don't believe in drugging women to have sex with. If you doing that, you are the lowest guy to me. So I'm not gonna celebrate Bill Cosby. I didn't heard nothing about that. Really and truly, I just know if he didn't have those high-priced lawyers, he would have been in jail right now. But
Absolutely.
What I really wanted to really talk about, Jimmy, Chris, I saw some, and I'm glad that Brandon and the women, I saw some on Wendy Williams and Tabitha Brown. And you know I'm always trying to look at some ways for our people to, this week, my birthday week, y'all, I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm getting out of here on Wednesday. And it's going to be so unique. But it's Wendy with Tabitha Brown, this actress, Chris. Wendy Williams projected on her relationship with her and her husband on her show. And Tabitha Brown, and I want people I want to give people a little insight on what happened. I'm going somewhere with this.
First of all, Wendy Williams, honey, God bless you. God bless you. Okay. And so people sent me a little clip, and I said, oh.
First of all, Wendy Williams talked negative about her and her husband. Because Wendy Williams talking about, Tabitha was really just acknowledging that her husband took a job with the LAPD just to support her in her dream, because Tabitha is an actress. Now she retired him so he can pursue his dreams, because she's able to now, Chris. So Wendy Williams come on the show telling me, no, don't do it. Don't do it. That's what happened to me. The same thing happened to me. I started doing it because Wendy Williams and her husband. The reason I'm playing this, because I think this is how we should start dealing with each other a little bit. Did you see how she started off with her? She said, God bless you first. She said, and I was thinking about this. She said, people got to watch putting their mouths on other people's relationships. People got to watch putting their mouths on other people's relationship. This lady was so beautiful to me. And I'm gonna give y'all a little bit more. Listen, this is, you know how I'm gonna clap back. You know how we got these Twitter people on here. He said something about me on Twitter. I'm finna tweet back. He said something about me on Twitter. Look what this lady, this is a shining example for all you Twitter backers or clap backers. Listen, by the time this woman finished, the woman had me praying for Wendy Williams. And Williams the one did this stuff. Check this out, Chris. Check this out.
First, Wendy Williams, honey, God bless you. God bless you. Okay. And so people sent me a little clip, and I said, oh my God, the pain this woman must be in. Wendy, the pain you must be in to feel this way, and I'm so sorry. But listen, let me tell you this. 23 years I've been with my husband. Yes. Broke for a very long time together. Struggled for a very long time together. Succeeded for the last couple of years together, right? My husband took a job in agreement with me. He took a job.
Chris, I'm sorry. Chris, did you see how instructive and how this is how we should interact with each other, y'all? She didn't. When I see that, it was a perfect example. Y'all go look it up. I don't want to play the whole thing because Jimmy just came on. I'm going to give him a few minutes. I'm not staying on here no long time, though. But it was so instructive on how we should interact with each other and treat each other. It's the perfect example of rules of engagement, Chris. Instead of clap back, Like, you know how we come at each other neck? I'm going to come at each other neck. I think she really reminded her. I mean, it was just, she just paused and said.
But Hannah, but Wendy Williams runs a tabloid show.
I understand.
It's a tabloid show. I mean, that's the whole basis of a show, to get eyeballs.
But the lady could have got straight ghetto with her ass. That's the point I'm trying to make. I know what Wendy did. I know what people that I know what. I'm just saying, Chris. You got to go here. That woman tore her ass up, but she intellectually and did it with love and kindness and graciousness, but viciousness now. Don't get it twisted. She said, my husband supported me. You might not know how that feels.
Chopped her.
The pain you must be in for you to keep talking about me. Hold up. I hope love finds you. See, I ain't played the whole thing. I know you want to go. She said, I hope love finds you. But y'all being able to speak and not attack it, but to the pain that you're experiencing. I mean, it was, man, it was just, and it was coming out of her mouth so syrupy. Y'all got to go look up Tabitha Brown. She was so smooth. Chris, she didn't raise her voice throughout.
That's what I do when I talk about them people trying to kill the Cowboys. I don't get mad at them.
Let me bring Jimmy in now. You just messed up the whole flow. You just messed up the whole flow. What's up, Jimmy? Get your drink.
Well, they trying to kill my boys and Dak and Zeke and my boys on when they trying to kill them Cowboys, I just love them with kindness. Tell them Walter Yates, we just love them with kindness.
She was syrupy sweet to me, Dale. She was living. She was kind. She was gracious, but boy, she was vicious. I'm telling y'all, by the time this woman finished, the woman had me praying for Wendy Williams, man. I looked at Wendy different. I know you talking about she a tabloid, but
yeah, she's tabloid, man. That's what she did.
I'm just telling you, we're going to look. Hold up. Hear what she said, Chris. We're going to look at our dear sister Wendy and imagine the pain that she must be in to put your mouth so negatively on someone else's relationship.
Let me interpret that, Hatter.
Huh?
And we're going to talk about all them people. The Cowboys got 5 championships, and all those people who are low key Cowboy fans, especially people from Memphis, who they ain't never had a team until the Pittsburgh Steelers finally won a couple Super Bowls, and now all of a sudden they want to be Saints fans. But we know deep down inside, all them Houston Texans fans, ole, they Cowboy fans. They just waiting for us to win one. We coming back though. Dak back, we back.
Jimmy, what's up, man?
Dak back, we back.
Jimmy, do me a favor.
Jimmy, how's the Chris Walker Invitational coming? Because I used to win that tournament every freaking year. How's it going, Jimmy? I'd like to know. Somebody else can win the trophy since I've been gone. Lord have mercy. How that thing coming, Doc?
Of all the stuff happening in sports, y'all sit there and spend 10 minutes talking about fucking Wendy Williams. Man, let Williams do
it's important. Yeah, you late. You can come over and talk about what the hell you want to. But guess what? I wasn't talking about Wendy Williams. I was talking about you people who get your ass on social media and clap back on other people. Them the people who I'm talking about today. Them the people who I was talking about today.
Tell me this. Name the person that you clap back on silently and softly. When you clap, that's the only way you know how to clap. That's the only way that you know how to clap.
Hold on. I'm using this as an example. Hold on, no. I'm using this as an example for me too.
Well, when you start taking her advice and implying that stuff into you, then we'll follow suit.
Don't follow me.
We followers.
Don't follow me.
We got to be leaders as well.
Don't follow me.
Oh, we followers. We follow your ass.
If I'm in the forest, hey, I don't need your help. Don't follow me. You better follow yourself. You're a grown ass man. You better follow yourself.
Guess what? So we talking about us.
You follow me as I follow Christ. You follow me as I follow Christ.
Once again, so we all are followers. Now you get what I'm saying. Now you understand it. That was a straight trap to fall right in.
It wasn't no trap.
We all are followers.
I'm glad to know that you follow me. I didn't know that. I'm glad to know that. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't know. That was a trap. Hold up.
I follow anything. Understand something.
Hold up. That was a trap.
Yes. No, it wasn't. We following you. That wasn't a trap. I didn't say it wasn't a misplay on words.
Follow me.
So go ahead on and lead us. Lead us to do it softly.
Guess what? I never get on social media and clap back at nobody.
Howdy. You just got on social media actively midway after the Chop Shop was on maybe 3 years. You just actively started getting, and you still not actively on there. So how can you get into it with somebody on social media? Know what you do? You bring it to the Chop Shop. And once again, it ain't softly.
Yeah, guess what? Hold on. Listen to me. Because you were late. Let me tell you something. I'm going to follow Miss Tabitha Brown's advice. I'm going to tie your ass up viciously and graciously from now on. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I said. I said that. I said she was vicious. She was gracious. God bless you, honey. But I'm going to still, yes, with love, keep my name out your raggedy ass mouth. Of course. That's how I'm gonna do that.
Understand something.
I'm gonna do
that. Everybody don't have spikes at the bottom of their cleats. Some people have regular cleats. Some people have spikes. They serve two different purposes.
But I choose to follow.
Everybody don't have steel toes in their boots. Some people, when they kick, them steel toes have a whole different effect when they kicking than it does regular boots. So understand. That's guess what? Some people, you understand.
Tabitha Brown is my girl.
Different types of deliveries to certain people. So that's in that. Now let's get some sports stuff happening. How about them Bucks?
Who?
How about them Bucks? That sent your Brooklyn Nets home. Them Bucks. How about them? Bucks.
Trae Young was hurt, man. Trae Young was hurt, man. Come on.
Yeah, but every one of these teams, man, in the semifinals had a major player hurt. This is one of the first times ever. Every one of those teams had a major player hurt. Matter of fact, every round of the playoffs, one of the favorites had a major player hurt. Name a contender who had not a one of their 2 stars or top 3 stars that was not completely healthy. Think about it. I mean, seriously, I'm talking about from the beginning of the playoffs. If you look at it, every team had
even the Bucks. You didn't say it. You didn't say Phoenix. You said the Bucks.
No, how about the Bucks? How about the Bucks? I mean,
Phoenix want the Bucks to win.
No, understand something. The story of Phoenix and Milwaukee, both of them are very fascinating. Both of them are gravitating and from yesterday to today story, the before and after. But at the same time, whichever one of them wins is going to be great because either for Houston, that means one thing, you get to see either PJ Tucker get him a ring or Chris Paul get him a ring. So either one is going to be great. It'll be great for both of those guys. Not to mention this at the
least. That's great for Houston. That's great for Houston. That's
great for a Houston fan to see those guys made the move and they wanted out and it worked out for them. In a matter of instant. For PJ Tucker, it's instant oatmeal. He just left a couple of months ago. Understand something? He just left the team in 2021. Then Chris Paul, it was a 2-year deal, whereas he basically you can actually go and make a case saying he was ran out of town. He was ran out of town because one player could have co-signed and say, no, don't move this dude. I want him. I need him 1 more year. And that one dude did not stand up and go and tell management, hey man, don't touch him. Hey, we can work this thing out. We can get it in. So guess what? Chris Paul took it out, get it out the mud with a bunch of, it was one of those guys. And this is why I always say, and I try to translate things over to the amateur to simplify the fractions. That's why sometimes grassroots basketball, if you have a star player and you have two star players, and you could put a bunch of guys around them that buy into their roles, and they're playing, doing what's expected of them, then what happened to Phoenix Suns can happen at any level, and it does. It does, and that's keeps hope alive for a lot of basketball players abroad.
Phoenix Suns do have two lottery picks that end up being real. They had the number one pick. As Hatter said, he's the first number one pick to get to the finals this fast. They got DeAndre Ayton, and they got the kid that was better than any one of them Harrisons put together. Period.
So as a college coach, have you ever been in a situation on a team that whereas a player that was not a star on your team or a starter, but a couple of years later he ended up making it in the NBA and your starters didn't? Have you ever?
It's very rare.
You never had that happen before?
The guy you thought was gonna make it. Like you don't tweet your way to the NBA, you don't Instagram your way, you don't injure your way to the NBA, and you don't talk your way and negotiate your way to the NBA. Like there's no way a dude I'm sitting there going like, oh, he'll never make it, and he end up making it. Nah, it's just too hard. It's just too hard to make it. That's just my opinion. That maybe that happened. Yeah, maybe a dude grew when he was a sophomore in high school, or he got better or something like that, and he ended up getting a scholarship. But he don't end up being a McDonald's All-American. Like, that's very rare, Jim. You know that. That would be the equivalent of it. A dude nobody knows about, and all of a sudden it's McDonald's All-American. That's very rare that ever happens. You coach a team, you know who the pros are. It's hard to become a pro, man. That's not easy at all. So, nah.
So what do you say? What do you say for Devin Booker riding the bench behind the Harrison twins? What's the angle on that?
Americans. They were all McDonald's All-Americans. Somebody got to sit the bench. They're all
He
McDonald's.
never started a game, but he never started a game the entire year.
I understand that, but they were all McDonald's. So that was their thing.
You had them
twins too, Jimmy. You know them twins, man. You know Aaron wasn't having that stuff. Aaron was not having that. And Calipari was trying to keep the peace. And here's the other thing. They did go to the finals, didn't they? Or the Final Four. So it worked for college. But we're not talking about college. We're talking about pro. Two different games. And clearly this dude, there's no way anybody can tell me. I know Branch came on the show, well, he got better. There is no damn way anybody can tell me that whatever this dude had, he didn't have it at Kentucky too. First of all, Jimmy, he was a McDonald's All-American anyway. So he had to be really good back then too. Right? He had to be good.
You just said they always McDonald's All-American, remember?
They all were. But
so how can all of them play at the same time?
But they can't all play at the same time.
No, and let's say play at the same time. Here's the catch. The catch was you did not start him one single game.
But he didn't play but one season.
That's all he played once. Yeah, that's it.
All he played. That's all the Harrisons played, right? It's one season, right?
No, they played.
No, they played twice.
They played two.
They came back.
Twice.
Remember.
So he played they were the second year, and he was his first year. So they went to the Final Four the second year, right?
Hold up, though. He played in all 31 games.
He didn't, but he's
21 minutes, 22 minutes a game.
Which is a lot of Kentucky.
So what are we talking about?
What are we talking about? The subject, the topic, the statement is when people saying he came off the bench behind the Harrisons. So that's the dagger at the Harrisons. So what I'm saying is why that's a dagger at the Harrisons. That should be a dagger at the head coach. The head coach has the supreme authority over who starts, not the Harrisons. That's what I'm tripping on.
Why is it a dagger at the Harrisons? The Harrisons were very celebrated players. They just ain't him.
Yeah. When they got to Kentucky,
they just ain't that dude.
No, Chris, think back. You was at Cal at the time. When they got to Kentucky, it wasn't long because before people in Big Blue Nation, they were kind of sour on the Harrison twins because the people always looked at them. Many people looked at them as a unit, as one, but it's two different people. Aaron, Andrew. Then you had Julius Randle on that team, and that was a rift in regarding to Julius Randle, saying I needed more touches. They're not getting me the ball, and it was a big rift internally. Julius Randle and the Harrisons. It wasn't Julius Randle and one of the Harrisons. It was them as So now, as a coach, you're trying to keep all this together and still trying to get everything. Not to mention the other players on that team that got drafted.
But they went to the Final Four. They got to the Final Four. So he did a good job. They got to the Final Four. They just didn't win it. All we're saying is, if Devin Booker has a chance to be first team All-NBA, right? They're talking about this dude, first team, second team All-NBA. Think about the guys that make first team and second team All-NBA, because Devin Booker was unbelievable. So if he has a chance to do that and he was sitting on the bench, I'm not saying Cal was asleep at the wheel, but he had to do what he had to do to make the team work at that time. And then Devin Booker, again, he wasn't like a sleeper. He was not a sleeper, dog. But what he doing is unbelievable. But the real story is DeAndre Ayton, man. This dude here, man. Oh my God!
I didn't know he was that good.
I knew he was that good.
Oh, he was always supreme in high school. And
he
what happened?
Make shots like that in high school.
We talking about 2 years
well,
later.
I'm talking about what I said. I don't care what you said. I'm telling you, I didn't know he was that good. Every time he take a turnaround shot,
was you paying attention?
Make it. I didn't know. I didn't see that in high school.
Was you paying attention to him in high school?
I saw Coach Lyndon Rose told me about him a long time ago. I didn't see that on the Bahamas team.
Understand? Because somebody told you about him, that don't mean you were paying attention to him. You said, I didn't know he was that good. So that means if somebody told you he was that good,
I saw him at the University of Arizona. I saw him every freaking game. He wasn't shooting the ball like he's shooting now. Damn. Wasn't shooting the ball like he's shooting now.
He pretty damn good.
Yes, that man, every time he shoot the ball down there going, he got the highest, one of the highest.
Is it safe to say that DeAndre Ayton has gotten better? So do you
I don't care if he got better or not. I just said I didn't know he was that good.
I'm asking the question, is it safe to say, or the question, has DeAndre gotten better since Arizona?
All I'm saying, he wasn't hitting shots like that in Arizona. So
his
shot got better.
So has his shot got better? Has his rebounding got better? Has his ability to block shots got better?
I'm telling you about his shot.
What's that?
I'm telling you about his shot. I'm sitting there saying, every time this guy goes around and gets it on the block and turn around.
He's really, really good.
I didn't see that in Arizona. I didn't see that in high school.
I'm sitting with three NBA scouts, and we're watching the game, and we're trying to find out who we can compare him to. So we're going back in our mind. Oh, this person. Like, we're like, damn, who? David Robinson can score better. I'm like, hey man, the dude's shooting 70% a game. What the hell are you talking about? Tim. I said, bro, like the dude don't miss. He can run like a deer. He can jump. He can rebound. I mean, this dude. Dwight Howard ain't got his offensive package, but Dwight Howard is still gonna be a Hall of Famer. I'm just looking around, going like, who is this? Who can play? Who right now? Well, the other guy's Embiid. Embiid is a freak. Jokic is a freak, right? But DeAndre Ayton is a true big. He's a true big, bro, with a whole lot of talent and athleticism. And I even thought them playing against certain teams would hurt them, because I didn't think, especially the Clippers, who was the number one 3-point shooting team in the league, I thought playing Ayton hurt them. But it's fair to say when Zubac went out, because Zubac was giving them a little business, that might have hurt them a little bit when Zubac went out. You know, it might have hurt them a little bit. But obviously,
I'm sitting here looking at that draft, right? Marvin Bagley was number 2, Luka Doncic, Jaren Jackson, Trae Young, all of them in this draft, right?
Good draft.
I'm telling you, he was an afterthought to me.
Nah, he was good.
To me. I'm just telling you. When I first saw him, I didn't know he was going to do what he did. I did. I had no idea. And maybe it's because he said, Chris Paul, help me. Chris Paul, help me. I don't know. He didn't do this last year because somebody said, well, Chris, you was talking about his whatever problem he had.
Well, he had that little, you know what? But I say this: they talk about the kid that's coming out in the draft from USC. He ain't better than this dude. I like him, but he ain't better than this dude.
You talking about one of the Mobley brothers?
He ain't better than DeAndre Ayton. I don't care what they say.
But understand, sometimes a lot of this stuff, it matters on the situation which you land in and the freedom that you get when you get there. DeAndre Ayton walked up in there in the perfect situation, being that you went to high school in Arizona, you went to college in Arizona, and you got drafted by Phoenix in Arizona. And that's a straight trifecta of support that came through that program. And also at a time when he got in there, when he got into the league, was at a time when the University of Arizona, they felt it was them against the world because of the NCAA and the FBI investigation, the mess on that which resulted in 5 different colleges getting former college coaches getting indicted, and as a result of allegedly taking money here and there. But Ayton, perfect situation. Now, understand something. Just 2 years ago, Phoenix Suns, last year
in the bubble, he was out.
They ended the bubble. They ended the bubble winning 8 or 9 straight games. You know, they couldn't make the playoffs no matter what. They had ran out of time. They played another couple of games. They ended on a hell of a streak. The same thing for like you take Atlanta. I think Atlanta had a losing record last year. You know, but 2 years ago, they got Trae Young in exchange for Luka on draft night, and they've turned that whole program around. Same thing for Phoenix. One player came in, and the perfect player that came in that they were willing to listen to. They were willing to listen to Chris Paul. They needed a leader, Devin Booker. Remember, Devin Booker was at a crossroads. Whereas, remember, they were talking about Devin Booker going to New York.
Yeah, that's why Kenny Payne was an assistant coach.
They were talking about Devin Booker. I was a former coach at Kentucky, and it was almost a done. Does Devin Booker still leave and go to New York? That's a magic question.
He still could leave. No, he still could leave. I'm not saying he will, but he still could leave.
I'm looking at this draft again. I'm telling you. Last year, we weren't talking about DeAndre Ayton. Right?
He was was he not the number 1 pick in the draft?
Yeah, but I said last year we weren't talking about it.
Oh, no.
We were talking about Luka. All we was talking about is Luka and Trae. The Luka and Trae. This guy, what this guy did this day, and I got to say, and I hate to say it, he said it. You know, y'all might not believe it. He said Chris Paul. If it wasn't for Chris Paul, he'd been playing like this. And I said, wow. So Chris Paul makes other players better around him.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it started with David West, and then it came, and we looked up, and DeAndre Jordan ended up being DeAndre Jordan ain't bust a grape ever since Chris Paul been on the side of him. And he ended up being an Olympian. Blake Griffin, who's still good, but Blake Griffin was great when he was on the floor with Chris Paul. Then you have a guy like what's the guy that I can't think of the other. There's another guy on that Clippers team that surged out of nowhere. But Chris Paul, guess what? Look at last year when he was with OKC. Some people from the Kentucky Big Blue Nation who had been paying attention to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander when he was in LA. People that were paying attention, or like Haller, you had intel from the inside, but then people that don't mean. But so when you get now, you see him on the side of Chris Paul last year, and it's like, whoa! Now this young fella right here got something. Chris Paul is that leader. Is one of the, and understand, man, the situations he's been in, he's turned shit into sugar 3 times over.
I never forget 4 times over. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they went up to Loyola Marymount, one of your old stomping ground. Nice campus, Chris. I saw him playing in the summer. He was playing against Rondo. After the game was over, Rondo came right over there to me and Sam and said, hey, man, y'all got y'all something. Y'all got y'all something. That's when that was his first, first summer, he said, man, y'all, and Rondo, if you know Rondo said, man, he's terrible. He said, man, y'all got y'all something there. And it's still, the jury's still out on him because when Chris Paul left, like he got some injuries, that team got to losing. So, I mean, back to what Chris Paul, man, and we just got to give it to him. I mean, he got this team to the finals. And I'm serious. I wouldn't have never thought it. I was just jumping on the bandwagon with Mindy because I wanted to just agree with Mindy. I said, Mindy, we're gonna pick out the West because I wasn't gonna go with none of y'all, Chris, the Lakers. She said, let's go and support the Phoenix Suns. And guess what? That's I guess I'm not gonna overly support them, but I do want to support Monty Williams because all the tragedy he's been through. And him and Chris Paul didn't like each other in the beginning. And even Monty said, I was too micromanaging. Chris, I got a question for you. Were you a micromanager? Because you seem like that. You don't seem like the coach that'll sit down. You seem like a former coach that always had his little ass running up and down the sideline running your mouth. What kind of coach would you?
I didn't. I believe in freedom. I didn't like to be the guy that had to look over his shoulder all the time.
Okay.
You teach them in practice. Once the game starts, it is what it is. Either they're going to get it done. It's a miss or make league. And, yeah, does that need to be some order? You got to be able to control chaos? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, man, talent, you got to let talent run free, man. You gotta it's too late. Sometimes, there is some teaching that needs to be done, some instruction during the game. But once that game starts, man, if you're doing a whole lot of coaching, man, you either don't have a lot of talent or, you're trying to I hate coaches that coach every pass. Well, man, why you throw a bounce pass? Oh, man, don't do it that way. It's like kids don't want to play with that. Imagine your boss yelling at you every time. Hey, man, why'd you turn the computer on that way? Hey, man, why you type like that? Hey, man, why you turn your screen
That's a good point. I never looked at it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So imagine a player having to deal with that, And so,
I got you.
You do all your screaming and yelling in practice, man. So when the game starts, man, they got to be free to play.
So when D'Antoni do that, you talking bad about him.
I call him Antony. I don't put the D there because he don't play no defense. That's Antony. So what I'm saying is I get it. And he's never won doing what he's done. So I'm not wrong. Here's what I'm saying. And I sat with some Rockets faithful, all of the Rockets personnel that's played in the playoffs and no Rockets. And they sitting around think they got it figured out. Clint Capella, right?
He just went to the right team.
James Harden, Russell Westbrook. I'm going to keep going. There's a couple of more. I'm just saying. So what I'm saying is, PJ.
What are you saying about the Rockets?
They have it all figured out. What I'm saying is, we got a plan. What plan is to get rid of all them dudes? They playing in the playoffs. I'm trying. The way it sounds to me, you should have kept the group together because if you knew Kawhi was gonna get hurt, here's the thing: if the Rockets knew Kawhi was gonna get hurt and LeBron and street clothes was gonna get hurt, do you think that same Rockets team would get to the finals? Yes or no, Adam?
Which one? Without Chris Paul?
The Rockets team.
I didn't like the dynamic of him and Russ.
Okay, I didn't ask you that. I say the Rockets team last year with him and Russ.
No.
With street clothes being out for the Lakers, right? Chris and Kawhi not playing for the Clippers. Does that Rocket team get to the finals? With Clint Capella and PJ Tucker, all them pieces there, do they get to the finals?
Not with Russ.
I don't know, man. I think they may have gotten there, bro.
They talented enough to get there, Chris. But so what you want me to say? Are they talented enough?
Jimmy, they've gotten there. I think they got a hell of a chance if street clothes is out.
And also you have to add. And also you have to add in the fact that Klay Thompson would not be,
and that's another one.
Would not be allowed not to play. Add that into the fact as well, and you come up with absolutely the chances look good out of the West.
The same thing out of the West.
It's like running the kickoff back. It's like Atlanta. There's no way. Guess what? Atlanta next season. Think about it. They made it to the Final Four of the NBA, and they still won't be considered next season going into the NBA season, they still won't be considered a top 4 team in the East.
Whoa. Name the 4 teams. Sixers, depending on what they do with Simmons. Bucks,
Brooklyn, the Bucks,
Brooklyn,
and Philly.
Okay, but they'd be the 4th, the Hawks.
That's be 5. That's 4 teams we just named.
Call them out again.
Whoa.
Call them out again.
Do them again.
You got the Bucks.
Okay.
Yep.
Right.
Philly.
You got
Philly.
you got Brooklyn Nets.
Yep.
You got
Philly. And you got the Hawks.
The New York Knicks.
No. Not over the Hawks. Not over the Hawks.
Huh?
Not over the Hawks.
I think the Knicks gonna make a splash this year.
The New York Knicks is going to be.
Player. They can't do what Julius.
What do you mean?
They got to get another player. Man,
Dude,
the Hawks are not y'all sleeping on the Hawks, man. Y'all really sleeping on the Hawks, man. The Hawks are talented, man. You got John.
We're not saying they aren't.
You got Gallinari. You got.
I see what happened.
You got the White Mamba. They got a squad, man.
I see what didn't happen right now. I see what didn't happen. I should have known. See, this typical. You moved from Houston to New York City.
Oh my God.
So now all of your chips is on the other side of the table with Brooklyn. So you don't want to give New York Knicks no props. You don't want to give them no credit.
I like Brooklyn. I just don't think
we know it. We know it. We talking about the
work.
Knicks. We ain't talking about Brooklyn.
We know Brooklyn.
No. The Knicks are not. Listen, man. The Knicks are not talented.
See?
If you saw in the playoffs,
Oh my
Julius
God!
Randle
What?
look like Tarzan, play like Jane. So what I'm saying is, I'm just saying they're not talented enough to beat anybody. That hard work and grab and smoke, it only works so much. You got to have some dudes, man.
Hey, Herb Baker just said something. A partner of mine said, I didn't want to say it, but Herb is confirming. He told me the Hawks players are going to do a great deal of celebrating this summer and we'll be back to reality next year. Partner of mine said that lives in Atlanta.
Nah, man. Nah, they talented.
This New York Knicks team, man, look at their bench. Look at their supporting cast. They got a lot of starters that come off the bench.
Name one. Derrick Rose. He about 100 years old. Who?
Elfrid Payton was a starter.
Come on, man.
Oh, he gone.
Come on, man.
They're going to run him out of there.
And hold on. I can't believe you just glimpsed my Derrick Rose. Hold on. Did you just glimpse my Derrick Rose name as though, like, Derrick Rose, give me a break? Oh, you just do that?
Year, but Derrick Rose ain't never won nothing.
If I got to depend on Derrick Rose to win, my ass in trouble.
No. You ain't got to depend on Derrick Rose to win.
Bench.
You got to depend on him to help you get there. You depend on him to win.
Question: would you rather have Elfrid Payton or Williams?
Lou Williams.
Which Williams?
Thank you, lemon pepper. You want lemon pepper? You don't want? Come on, man.
Dude. Let me tell you something. Look at the numbers. Before Trae Young did not play in Game 6, when Lou Will went off, Lou Will was averaging about 12 minutes a game in the 3-4 games before then. That ain't our decision. That was the Atlanta Hawks and Nate McMillan's and upper management's decision. They were hulling him out. 11, 12
How are
minutes.
they hulling him out, bro? You in the NBA,
What
you're
do
in
you
the
mean?
Eastern Conference Finals. How you hulling him out when you're in the Eastern Conference
I
Finals?
said, hold on, you missed what I just said. I say up until the moment before Trae Young got hurt and did not play in Game 6. I'm sorry, Game 5. I'm sorry, the series ended in 6. Before he didn't play in Game 5. Look at Lou Will's minute. Remember, Lou Will came abroad and turned into Trae Young and took and had a moment to remind everybody, I'm Lou Will. But before then, look at what his numbers were. They were not playing him at all a lot of minutes. So that's what I'm saying is that was the decision of the coaching staff. Up until that moment, he got his opportunity. He seized it. And then guess what happened? And even in that last game, how many minutes he played in Game 6? I don't have it in front of him.
12 minutes.
That's all?
That's all he played. Trae was 4 for 17.
Oh, Trae was terrible. Trae was terrible.
So that means, tell me this, man. And guess what? I understand, Nate, you get a pass. You got a mulligan. We're not going to complain. But if that dude, think about it. He played 12 minutes, Chris. Huh?
He got a 5-year deal, by the way, today.
Showed it.
He good.
Just got a deal.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
So tell me this. Think about this. You got a player on your team. You play them 11, 12 minutes. Then your star goes out. He takes his place and lives up to the moment. He goes back, your player comes back, and you know that your player is not 100% when he comes back, and you couldn't even just tease him. It became obvious when Milwaukee knew. See, that was the thing. Milwaukee knew that Trae Young wasn't going to blast by him with his first move anymore. They knew that at a certain time because the cat was out the bag. And you still refuse to say, as a coach, say, you know what? We tried the Trae Young thing, man. Lou,
get him more minutes. He sat 2 games. What do you mean? What do you mean? Sit 3 games? He sat 2 games.
No, I'm saying you got to give him more minutes than that.
How many Lou have in the last game?
That's why I just asked you. You said 12.
He only had 12 minutes. He only played 12 minutes.
Oh, well, that's not good. That's not
good. You can't just gloss over that.
That's not good.
Listen, man. Listen. When you got a guy like Trae Young, you got to realize, how to say something the other day, it's a players' league.
You got to let him play.
You're Nate McMillan.
Yeah.
You know you going to get the job.
Yeah.
You know it's done.
Yeah.
You think you going to not play Trae Young the last game and you probably think we're going to lose anyway? I'm going to let Trae play until his tongue fall out, and I'm going to get that 5-year deal.
I would have let him play too. Because I don't want Trae mad at me.
But see, here's the thing, though. It ain't a Trae issue. I'm talking about the coach's decision to find this player more minutes. You could take somebody else off the court. You can have Trae and Lou at the same time.
But Lou only replaced Trae, though. It was a 1-for-1 sub. It's a 1-for-1 sub.
Man, come on, man. People make adjustments all the time, man. You a coach.
Trae played 35 minutes in that game, Jimmy.
That's too damn many. And you knew he was hobbled.
Trae played 35 minutes.
Too many.
So you wanted to play him and Trae.
No. I got a better one, Hatter.
Come on.
You wanted Cam Reddish made 6 threes that game. Who you taking out? Now you could have taken out Kevin Huerter.
Yeah, he was terrible.
You the coach. You figure that out. That's the thing.
Listen, man.
No matter what, that dude supposed to have more burn than that.
Listen, you got to understand this, Jimmy. You know politics. Lou Williams ain't going to be there next year. Kevin Huerter is. The rest of them dudes, he not messing his bag up, messing around with lemon pepper. He's not doing that, man.
Because he know he'll go get some lemon peppers right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Come on, Jim. I'm going to make sure that 5-year deal go through. We probably losing anyway. Sit down. Hey, let me ask you another question. Why you ain't asking why Rondo ain't get out there?
He did.
Well,
Rondo
didn't play. He had a DNP in the last game.
I'm saying we did ask about that. We asked the guy the other day about that.
We touched on that topic a couple of times, Chris. And one of the things to understand with Rondo had pretty much let you know early in the playoff that he wasn't playoff Rondo anymore. That playoff Rondo, that ship is sailed. Yeah. He put Rondo in around game 3. Rondo had 3 turnovers in a row.
So you saying the Lakers right to get rid of Rondo then? Because that wasn't a narrative. So you saying the Lakers were right to get rid of Rondo because that wasn't a narrative. They should have never got rid of Rondo.
Not 2 different roles. That's like remember, if you look at the Lakers and the Clippers, it's almost like a trade. You got Harold for Rondo. Think about it. So Harold role that with the Clippers was nowhere near his role that he playing with the Lakers. He lost money
with the Lakers, Jimmy.
Yes.
Who?
He's 6 man of the year with the Clippers.
Harold was terrible. He's 6 man. He was terrible with the Lakers.
And the role that Rondo played with the Lakers is nothing like his role with the Clippers.
Well, but he never played well enough because they never gave him a chance because guess what? You got 2 guards out there. You got Kawhi and Paul who are ball dominant. The Lakers didn't have that. They got one guy. They got LeBron.
Good point.
No, but they wouldn't understand. Rondo's role.
But when LeBron Rondo had the ball. Kawhi or Paul George was always in the game.
No, Rondo brought in the team to be that guy off the bench. Remember, Patrick Beverly had got in the doghouse. If you think back on the Clippers season, Beverly is the one that got benched. Beverly was playing those minutes that Lou Williams got. Beverly was in the same Lou Williams segment of minutes for a chunk of this past season. Beverly came out of that doghouse when Rondo got demoted. Those are Beverly minutes to take and then some. You look back at the season, how it went down.
Hey, listen, man, all I'm like, we can't say what coulda, woulda, shoulda, but maybe if they played Rondo more, my thing is Pat Beverly, to me, that's a smokescreen, man. All that hooping and hollering and running around, that dude ain't never won nothing, man. Like I'm gonna play the dude that's won. That dude ain't never won nothing, man. That's all theatrics. He's never won. So you get those announcers.
A lot of people have never won, Chris.
Beverly and the way
until they win.
Chris, a lot of people have never won.
Man, please. You get those. I'm telling you, get those announcers. Watch the game. I just love the way Patrick Beverly plays. Yeah, you like the way Chris Paul pushed Chris Paul back. You like that too. You like the way he clipped him and almost took his neck off. You like that too, right? Well, he just plays it the way the old guys play. Man, get out of here with that nonsense, man. Get out of here with that nonsense, man.
Pat Beverly said the next 4 years told Stephon Curry the next. Thank you, Coach Wood. The next 5 years of mine, you done had your 5.
Please, yeah, exactly. Sit down, someone with that nonsense.
He didn't mean that.
So you're saying Pat Beverly is a front runner? That's what you're trying to tell me?
Yes, 100%.
No, man. Patrick Beverly serves a good purpose on the team, man. And guess what?
What's that purpose?
He actually played a good series, man.
What's the purpose?
What do you mean? Patrick Beverly was serviceable this past series, man.
He
was very serviceable.
Defense, and you know what the Clippers are right now? In Cancun. That's where they are.
Yeah, but it wasn't Patrick Beverly's fault.
They Cabo.
It ain't help it either.
But no, it ain't Patrick Beverly's fault. Patrick Beverly had a good series. Look at Patrick Beverly's numbers. Look at his numbers against the Phoenix Suns. Put up Patrick Beverly's number against the Phoenix Suns that series.
Let me tell you
that was a good damn series for Patrick Beverly, man.
See, there you go again. You talking about mediocrity. We talking about the NBA. What Rondo did last year was
we talking about Rondo now.
Hold on, let me finish. What Rondo did last year was exceed what we ever saw out of Rondo. He exceeded it.
No, it
Reggie
didn't.
Jackson.
Not last year. He didn't exceed what we ever saw to him. You must forgot he won the ring with Boston. You must forgot he was with Boston. He was with Boston.
Jimmy, he played with Boston 20 years ago. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying, you made it sound like that's what we ever saw out of him. I'm like, you must forgot he won a ring with Boston.
He didn't make threes when he played at Boston. You saw what he did in the bubble last year? He's like 100 years old, man. He exceeded it. So my point is that helped the Lakers win. Reggie Jackson, what he did, about to get that bag, he exceeded what we saw. When Kawhi went down, and Serge Ibaka and Kawhi out, they needed someone to exceed what they normally do. Patrick Beverly played a lot of minutes, and he was just Patrick Beverly. That ain't good enough. They needed someone to exceed what they've done. That's my point to you. So Paul George did about as much as he could do. Somebody else got a shoulder today. That's what happened when in the bubble last year. AD did his thing. LeBron did his thing. Guess who the X factor was? Rondo.
Jimmy, I got something for you. He played 31 minutes in the first game, 11 points. 31 minutes in the second game, 7 points. 34 minutes in the third game, 2 points. 27 minutes. They shortened them damn minutes, didn't they? In the fourth game, 8 points. 26 minutes in the fifth game, 6 points, and 15 minutes in the last game. He got his head tore off. That's why he was mad. He didn't have 2 points in that game.
He's terrible. He can't. I mean, listen, man. Listen, y'all
He
can
was
call
terrible.
him the one time he do a good job on Devin Booker. He started throwing his hands up and stuff. Hey, Pat Beverly did a great job.
You know what? But you know what he didn't do, Chris? He didn't turn the ball over.
The stat that he just gave us was an offensive point production stats based on his minutes. That ain't what Patrick Beverly is on the court for.
Bruh.
If that's the case, hold on. If that's the case, read me PJ Tucker's number then. Read me PJ Tucker's stats through the whole damn series, through the whole playoffs, and I guarantee you'll see this number be lower.
Can I ask you a question? What position does Pat Beverly play?
Patrick Beverly on the offense, he's a guard.
On defense, what position does he play?
On defense, he's guarding forwards a lot of the times. He's guarding the 4 through the 1.
That's not who he primarily guards. He primarily guards who? Point guard, right? How many points did Chris Paul have in the last game?
41.
41. So what are you talking about? He had 41.
Hold up. No. Hold up, bro. My favorite quote is from Russell Westbrook. Man, Pat Bev got y'all fooled, man. He just be running around here and be running around.
Here's the thing I'm getting at. Y'all are trying to have the conversation as though somebody over here is saying that Patrick Beverly is one of the best defensive players in the history of the game. Hell no.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying that when you got a guy that want to go give it his all like that, he gonna play the goon role on your team in an era for which people have claimed that the NBA is as soft as it's ever been, then that's a serviceable guy. That's what I'm saying to you. On your team.
To what? Put the bait on the hooks in Cancun? What you talking about? They at home.
Dude, you're saying they at home. Chris, so is 30 other teams at home.
I got you, but
right
we ain't
now.
talking about 30 other teams. We talking about
including the Brooklyn Nets.
We're talking about the Clippers. And if James Harden would have been healthy, the
oh
Nets
man,
might be
if
so you saying if James Harden wasn't healthy,
that if applied to every damn team out there, Chris. You keep saying if Trae Young would have been healthy, they wouldn't have lost game 6.
I think they were gonna lose.
They wouldn't have lost game 6.
Man, James Harden was healthy. The Nets are in the finals. I'm sorry, y'all crazy.
Easy.
Nets in the finals.
So this season is the season of the if. If Kawhi was healthy, if he was in uniform. Hell, I believe if Kawhi would have even been his ass down there on the bench in street clothes in support before that last game.
He was on the bench. He was on the bench. He was on the bench.
No. Now, on the last game he was, not the game, the 2 games before that they played at home. He was not on the bench the 2 games before.
Okay, well, here's my thing.
They showed him up top. He was sitting in the suite.
You're missing my point. When somebody is hurt, when you have injuries on your team, somebody got to step up. Do you understand that? Somebody got to be something. They can't be them ordinary selves. I agree with you. What Pat Beverly is what he is. But if the Clippers were going to beat the Suns, he had to be better than what you call Pat Bev. And he did not do that. My point to you about Rondo in the playoffs last year in the bubble, Rondo is usually a setup dude. Last year, he was something different than that. And that's how the Lakers got over the hump. I'm telling you. Regular Pat Bev ain't good enough when you got injuries, bro. He ain't good enough.
How I got over.
He ain't good enough. I'm sorry. You know that, Jim. What you talking about? Jimmy, you know like a high school team. Man, they do hurt. Hey, man, somebody got to step up. Well, he's just a defensive guy. Why you playing him? We got to play somebody else.
I just posed you the same question and in comparison to Patrick Beverly. Because you keep thinking about offense. I asked you compared to so what does it say for PJ Tucker?
Defense don't score,
so how is PJ Tucker good enough then?
You know why? Because they got other dudes that can score. They got Jrue Holiday. They got
that ain't what PJ Tucker on the court for. You keep saying scoring. PJ Tucker is not on the court to score.
Jimmy, guess what? When Giannis went down, somebody else scored.
If PJ Tucker is not on the court to score, to be a scorer,
Jimmy,
so that excludes him. What does that have to say about PJ Tucker then? Everything you're saying about Patrick Beverly, you say the same thing about PJ Tucker.
The Bucks got better personnel, Jim. That's what it says. The Bucks got better personnel. That's what it says.
So let's get this straight. Let's get this straight. So you really are going to stand behind the angle that the Clippers, without one of the best players in the game today, not even in uniform, is a compare and understand, and them having to go and roll through that West and being bounced out of the playoffs without Kawhi, and Milwaukee, who had their best player up until the last game that they played.
Last two games. He didn't play
up until the last 2 games they played. Had the best, but the team that they played against didn't have their best player at all in one of those games.
So
in the last game, the elimination game. So you're comparing that ain't an even comparison.
But look, here's what
because you know what that meant? That meant Milwaukee Bucks reserves could beat Atlanta Hawks reserves.
You're missing my point. You're in the Pat Bev fan club and you're not listening. What I'm telling you is that the Milwaukee Bucks personnel can afford to absorb PJ Tucker. Because let's get something straight, Jimmy. I love PJ Tucker, but he got his ass tore up against the Brooklyn Nets. So let's stop that noise about PJ Tucker right now. Because
exactly my point. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm saying. So you're saying what is PJ Tucker on the court for?
You can yell.
What's he on the court for?
But you know why the Bucks won? Better personnel. They can absorb him. The Clippers can't absorb all them dudes being hurt. Patrick Beverly got to be
Patrick
different
Beverly,
than what he normally is. I'm sorry, bro. He
dude,
got to be
dude,
better.
dude, think about the difference what you're saying. Patrick Beverly was not a starter until Kawhi went out. With you're making two different. Them comparisons are not equal. You're comparing a role guy to a guy that's a starter. I'm asking you. So what is PJ Tucker starting for?
You're missing the point, man. Listen, let's talk baseball because you don't get it. You don't understand lineup optimization. I'm trying to tell you they have better personnel so they can have that dude out there running around being the defensive dude.
They had better personnel because Kawhi Leonard was hurt. Chris,
that's
what I'm saying to you. So that's what I'm saying.
So Jimmy, so the Clippers win then. So how can they win? You know how they win?
Kawhi has to be healthy. Kawhi has to be healthy for them to have a chance.
No, because the Bucks just won without Giannis. That's not true.
They understand. The Bucks beat Atlanta without their best player.
But Jimmy, you forgot that
even though Trae Young was there, but Trae Young wasn't there. You get what I'm saying? He wasn't there. He was there just for Willis Reed rendition.
Jimmy, Atlanta beat the Bucks without Trae the first time. What are you talking about? They beat him without him.
I'm talking about the elimination game.
Okay, so they lost. So they lost that game. My point to you is that if you have less talent and you have a guy like Trae Young, you have to somebody got to step up. Period. It's a different dude got to step up, dog. Somebody got to play out of their head. They got to play out of their ordinary situation where you saying Pat Beverly got to say. Here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you like this here. If Pat Beverly scored 20 points, do the Clippers lose, Hatter?
No.
Thank you. That's my point.
If he scored 20 in that game, they win.
They win. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He can't be Pat Bev.
If again.
If my auntie had
Kawhi Leonard is out, somebody got to do it if he playing all the minutes.
But if my auntie had a beard,
you keep throwing them ifs, man. You keep drinking them ifs, man. You drunk on them ifs today. You drunk as hell on them ifs.
How about this? You know what people weren't talking about? They were down 2-0 to the first series. They was down 2-0 the next series, and they was down 2-0 this series. And you know what they thought? They thought they was going to come back again. Even with Kawhi being out, they thought they had a chance. But in order for them to win that series, somebody was going to have to play out of their normal situation. And you know who that person was for a minute? It was Reggie Jackson. I'm like, damn, man, I know Reggie Jackson was like that. He was playing out of his mind. So he didn't play out of his mind the last game. So they needed somebody else to step up. So why couldn't that be Pat Bev? He in the pros, right, Jimmy? He in the NBA, right?
Yeah.
He in the NBA, right?
He could have stepped up. He just didn't.
He could have stepped up. He missed it. He ain't good enough to do it.
You're right about that.
That's what I'm telling you.
Okay, so him being good enough to step up to get them over that hurdle does not mean he's still not serviceable. That's what I'm just telling you. I'm saying every team in today's NBA, every other team can use a guy with that type of tenacity. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, Chris.
Y'all can have that tenacity. Give me a dude that can get some baskets.
Chris, you trying to say Pat Bev is a bum?
I didn't say Pat Bev was a bum.
You said everything but that. You described everything you could. Yes, you did.
But if I got to depend on Patrick Beverly.
So all I said was, he made the comparison to PJ Tucker being a defensive guy. And he said, well, Pat Beverly is the defensive guy. I say, yes, but the Bucks have better personnel. They don't depend on PJ Tucker, even though he plays a lot of minutes. What I'm saying is for the Clippers, they have a different situation. If Kawhi is hurt, if Zubac is out, if Serge Ibaka is out, they only really got one guy, right? You got the Terrence Mann kid, who's a young kid, right? You got Patrick Beverly playing 30 minutes. He got to score, Hatter. I'm sorry.
Now, I agree with that now. But hold on. Hold up. But in this series, he was supposed to be able to hold limit Devin Booker. That's what his role was in this series, not to score. But you saying he needed to do two jobs this time in order for them to win. That's what you're saying.
First of all, he didn't limit Devin Booker, and he damn sure didn't limit Chris
Paul. He limited him a couple of times.
Dude, What are you talking about? That's the series 4-2. It's a gentleman's sweep.
Oh man,
Come on,
man, stop. You know what?
42
Chris,
is no 41 is a gentleman's sweep.
Look up the numbers, and you will see, man. That dude did pretty good based on what was placed on his shoulders.
Hadda gave his numbers. He averaged like 8 points a game, man.
Well,
he wasn't on the court to score.
He broke the
He wasn't on the court to score. That wasn't his role.
Hey, can we say some of this? Have we got any high school news, Jimmy, before you want to get off? Because we got to get out of here. It's almost 3 o'clock.
Yeah, we got to go.
Do we have any high school news?
God, dog, look at the time.
I know.
High school news,
you in the Pat Bear fan club. That Pat Bear fan club over there. Jesus.
No. Pat Beverly does a great camp in Houston. And the grand boy went there. Guess what? Chris, if you had a nephew that went to Patrick Beverly camp and you went over there and saw, and I've been to a few NBA camps before, and not many of those dudes engage with the kids like he does. So you see that right there? And then go back
in the back like that.
Huh?
I'm gonna tell my nephew, hey man, why you push Chris Paul in the back, man? Why would you do that?
And guess what he'll do? I promise you, Patrick Beverly will be sincere as hell and explain to that young kid at his camp face to face why he did it.
Yeah,
I guarantee you he will.
Oh, he'll do it.
I guarantee you he would.
He'll do it. You know,
because you know why? Because you know why? That was one little kid that asked.
He gave me 41, and I didn't like it.
But because one little kid asked him about Russell Westbrook a couple of years ago, and they asked him why he did that, and he explained to the little kid, and guess what? That's teachable moments when you learn that from a guy. Guess what?
I would love to be a fly on the wall here. That explanation.
What do you mean? It's simple. You say I didn't mean to do it. I was in the heat of the moment. Man, don't you ever do that again. If you was me, don't do that. That ain't good to do. You're teaching the kid. I messed up. I was wrong. And keep moving on. What do you expect him to say? That's how I roll. That's how I rock. I'm from Chi-Town.
He might say that.
He don't. He ain't. Dude, the Patrick Beverly that you see on the
court.
What
you're saying, Jimmy, I get it. I'm going to talk about what you're saying is he's a fraud. Is that what you're saying?
See, there you go again. No, dude.
I'm just asking. Is he a fraud?
No, dude. If he was a fraud, he would never made it. He would never made it to millionaire status and get that second contract, that 4 for 40 or whatever.
Oh, it's a millionaire frauds now, Jimmy. It's a millionaire fraud.
Come on, Jim.
No.
Just because you're a millionaire don't mean you're not a fraud.
No. I'm talking about in the role that he has been personified in. If he was a fraud, he would have been outed long before now. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. And in regard to now, of course, high school news, want to give a shout out. Give a shout out to.
Go on, keep it moving. We can do this tomorrow.
Wait a minute, the Peach Jam is not open to the public, Jimmy?
It ain't supposed to be. Hell, what y'all expect it's supposed to be? This thing.
I just asked a damn question. Somebody keeps saying, I just asked a damn question.
It's usually open to the public. Why is that open to the public?
All of y'all damn tournaments got people in it. So why in the hell the Peach Jam ain't going? Explain that to me then.
Because that tournament has Nike's name on it, and they've crossed all of the dots for liability that they could possibly do in order to put that thing on. It almost did not go off. That's why it was delayed for so many months.
But you act like we know. Ain't nobody keeping up with Nike. I ain't keeping up with them no damn more. Nico gone. So I don't care. I just wanted to know because I keep seeing people put it on the thing. He said each team gets a certain amount of passes, not opening to the public. Okay. Now I know. Thank you, David Dickinson. Thank you. But you like hell now. I mean, we don't know what's going on.
Jimmy, the GMI is open to the public. Ain't it?
Yes.
But we don't have a corporate liability that's at risk. Nike does. Every player that goes into the Peach Jam, every one of those players, they have to go and take a COVID test. Every player has to take a COVID test within 48 hours before even traveling to Augusta. That's one. No matter where you're from, you got to take a COVID as a team and have it documented and send those results in. Not a vaccine, but the COVID test. Whether you vaccinated or not. Number two, when you go in that situation, they also the teams when they get there, they have to stay in the same hotel. Well, whatever hotel that they have designed for them, they're required to stay there. To get there, that's why they want to get there a day ahead of time, which Sunday is their traveling day. Everybody is expected to be there and arrive on Sunday for the Peace Jam teams. Now, here's the deal. Think about this. This is where it's going to get funny. Well, not funny, but sad. If every team is required to get a COVID test before they travel, what are the odds that at least one player is going to get a positive?
Well, let me ask you a question. Do they test them when they get there? What's the point of testing them before they get there?
I can't remember they test them or not, but I do know one thing. They have a special situation set up that way. If you test, yes, I think they do, because they said if there's a player who tests positive while they're there, they have a special hotel, a special floor or whatever that they will be quarantined to.
But why are they acting like COVID? Like they acting like 5 months ago. They acting like
it's
6
still
months ago,
Chris.
man.
You ain't been paying attention. It's still COVID. We not out of it. We got a new variant called the Delta variant as hit.
Man,
so Chris, yes, man, hell no.
Stuff. Man, going on with all that stuff.
Man, come on. All right. Okay, wait till you get it.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
So why would you
nice.
test them before they get on the plane with other people?
That makes sense because that may assure that you're not bringing it, that you're not positive before you leave and come. That makes perfect sense.
Not to me.
You don't think the way you think like Tom
Ford. When they get there.
Huh?
I test them when they get there.
No, it's too late then. They're gonna do that. They're gonna do that as well.
They got
but you test them.
They can find out in 24 hours.
Okay, listen, man. Listen. If a kid is a positive, and you put him on the plane, you knowingly get on the plane, and you don't without knowing if you're positive or not. You've affected the whole airplane.
Jimmy, what are y'all talking about? Dude, people are flying right now. Jimmy, NBA games got people with no mask on with 20,000 people at. What are y'all talking about?
And you know the difference? Do you know the difference? Know what the difference is right now?
I'm listening.
Nobody's getting tested. That's the difference right now. So there's positive people walking around right now. We all know it, but we don't want to know it. It's kind of like one of the things you know, but act like you don't know. We all know that everywhere we go, there's a possibility somebody's positive within our circumference. Come on, man. You know that.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. Do the coaches have to get tested, or have to be vaccinated?
Yes.
I guarantee the coaches got to be vaccinated.
Everybody.
So if they all vaccinated, why are they still getting tested?
They still gonna get you. You can be a positive and have be vaccinated.
You don't get your ass on the plane and go down there.
Dude, I've been flying through the pandemic. You haven't been flying.
Your ass, Mike. You probably
be flying with positive people already, man. What are y'all talking about? What are
y'all talking about? So what are you saying? Hold up, Mike. What the hell are you saying? Coach,
you guys, you test them. Listen, man, you test them when they get there. You don't test them before they get there.
Oh man, you test them again after they're there.
No, Jamie. Why test them at all? Because you've been flying all over the place, and people. Why test them at all?
You know what I would say? You know what I would say? Based on what's going on, why are you testing them?
Okay, so don't nobody get tested no more. Don't nobody get vaccine no more, and 500,000 more people can die. Man, y'all need to get the hell out of here with this shit.
All I'm saying is, we got all these AAU tournaments going on right now. You got a dude on this screen right now, ain't requiring no vaccine and no test. Ain't going to have people in there, and ain't nobody died. So what are we talking about? So what are they doing it for? Ain't nothing happened. Jimmy didn't have how many tournaments?
So did nobody die? Did nobody die from this?
You're doing it in order to prevent yourself from the liability in the event that somebody gets there and contracts it from somebody else, and you are on the end of a multiple wrongful death lawsuits, probably from various people.
So Jimmy, let me ask you a question, Jimmy, because it's a virus. So COVID-19 is going in. Were they going to do the same thing next year, the PCM too?
I just want my face off the screen because I don't want people to think I'm talking. I agree with your ass, Chris.
I can't tell you what they're going to do next year. I'm telling you what was in place because they made these decisions, Chris, before multiple states had emerged from the COVID. These decisions were made already earlier in the year.
Okay, so listen, now we're having a real conversation. Now we're having a real conversation when you say they made the decisions before things changed. If they didn't make those decisions a while ago, they might not be having the same determination they have now. That's all.
But they did. But they did make the decisions, and guess what? And that's what they're following through with their proposals. They had to meet with the mayors, with the city, the visitors bureau.
Is Under Armour doing the same thing? Hold up. Is Under Armour doing the same thing? Because they're in they.
I'm
is
not.
Under Armour doing the same thing?
I'm not sure.
They
Chris,
in Georgia.
you the one.
They in Georgia.
Hold on. Wasn't you the one that were under contract with Under Armour, not me? You tell us what the hell Under Armour's doing.
I don't deal with them. I wonder if they doing the same thing. Is Adidas doing the same thing?
Well, you should be telling us that.
In those Republican states. Or they
So what the hell is Georgia?
They
What
got
is
corporate liability.
Hold on. They are in Georgia and South Carolina. Augusta is addressed on the border. Half of Augusta is in Georgia. The other half of the city, it called South Augusta or Norfolk, whatever one is in South Carolina. It's one bridge splits the town, but technically it's Augusta. So understand, right? They made the decision a while back. Now for them to go and rescind all this stuff. They're gonna follow through with it. Dude, these are people's babies that you're just trying to put them in a safe environment.
Why don't you do the same thing at your place then?
We did it. Hold on. Did you? Hold on. How? If you forgot?
Do it now.
Have you forgot? We did. Texas is. It doesn't require that now, Chris. It doesn't require that in Texas anymore.
Exactly. They don't require it in Georgia. What are you talking about?
Once again, Chris, I didn't have to meet with the Visitors Bureau to put on the GMI. I didn't have to meet with the mayor, with the governor of the state. I didn't make a proposal.
But how
to do that?
Listen, Jimmy,
that was stuff in advance to ensure. Understand something. All of the people that are coming into their community, Augusta has residents as well. Augusta, understand something. So therefore, they want to be. You have to make them understand that you're going to keep them safe as well. Because some of them same kids are going to go to McDonald's. They're going to go to Jack in the Box. They're going to go. So you want to make sure that you're doing everything you can to make sure that you're not bringing an influx of contamination into their city.
Hey, Hatter, did they do the same thing when the Masters was there?
No, they had limited spectators.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Did they do the same thing when Masters was there?
No, they had limited spectators.
Jimmy, when you took the conversation and said, "But that's their little babies." Where's their little babies when you're doing the GMI too? That's all I'm saying. Like, don't change it like that.
Once again, we were doing rapid. We had a situation. Remember, we had the place in place for rapid COVID.
Talk about today, not what you were doing.
That's not required today. That's a decision that's made right now. You keep comparing this. It's not comparable,
but it's necessary.
It's necessary. That's my point to you. What you mean it's not required? Y'all saying I'm a Trumpian. I'm like, it ain't about what's required. It's what's necessary. You should still be doing the right thing no matter what. Come on, man.
So let's get this straight. I'm not gonna do the right thing all the time. So let's get this shit out the way right now. So y'all know me. I've been a wrongdoer all my life. So don't ask me to do the right thing. So let's move on to the other people now.
Jakari. Shikari.
I'm a career wrongdoer since I was 16, 17 years old. So don't ask me to do the right thing.
Wait a minute, you started that early?
Check my background. Chris Walker know it. A career.
17? So you couldn't wait to get out of high school?
No, before I got out of high school.
I said you couldn't even wait. You said, I'm finna do wrong right now.
Check the resume.
We don't want to hear about it. We take your word for it. We take your word for it.
That makes the story more successful. That's why I'm not bringing it up and injecting it in the conversation, because that's part of my therapy. That's part of me facing up into my past transgressions. That's for me to let me know, hey, look yesterday versus the day. That's why I bring it up so fluently and stand behind it so firmly on me. Now, guess what? The next guy, they might be embarrassed to bring it up. Me? Oh yeah. That's how I roll.
As the Rev said, thank God for grace, man. Jimmy. Thank God for grace.
Rev,
that's what Rev said, thank God for grace. Hey, Chris, you done something too. You just ain't telling us.
What I do?
You done something.
I'm just presenting the other side, man. I'm not trying to.
Chris Tobin, you done something.
No, the truth came out about Jimmy Hicks. That's all that came out of this. People calling me a Trumpian. No, the truth came out. He ain't gonna do the right thing all the time.
He just said it. Yeah, I'm not gonna do the right thing. So, guess what? I am glad. I am so glad that Nike's doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Guess what? Guess what? What about that coaches association? What about the Texas Association of Basketball Coaches and all the other coaches associations that had these events in the last 2 weeks?
We ain't just talking about you. Yeah, we talking about all of them.
They have one up there up on the East Coast, 2 or 3 of them. What about the energy at towards them?
Listen, I'm not that world anymore. I agree with you. What they did, what they just do in Dallas.
Yeah.
I heard I didn't talk.
I didn't go.
It was like the state tournament.
I wasn't going.
They did in Dallas, right? I'm just saying. Though people, they can say what they want about me. I'm like, come on, man, that's ridiculous.
Hey, this is officially the longest show ever. This is officially the longest show. Hey, man.
Yo, man,
hey, Jimmy, let me tell you something, man.
Hold on.
Jim, no. Hold on. Hey, God bless you, Jimmy. Because you done came on this show full of you done came with some vitriol. You come in hot. And where y'all there talking about Wendy Williams? Where y'all talking? I'm a career. For 17 years, since I was... Jimmy, you came in here hot, boy, and catfish grease. Are you all right? I'm like the lady said. Hold up, Jimmy. Hold on. I'm going to be like a Tabitha. Are you all right? Do I need to pray for you? Are you all right? Are you having a good day? I told you I'm trying to get better, y'all. Are you having a good day? Now, what you about to say, Chris, before we get out of here?
Get him.
Are you having a good day? I mean, you tearing my head off. You're tearing Chris. Hey, hold up. Let's let somebody else call in again right now. Jimmy gonna tear your head off.
Oh, he on fire right now. He on fire right now.
It's time to get ready to get up out of here. Got a big lot of stuff on the plate. Big day, double overtime you guys got today. We want to make sure you haven't shared the show today. Share the show to your timelines. Share the show to your groups. Share the show. Give us a thumbs up if you're on the YouTube feed. We definitely appreciate you hanging us on this Monday on the Chop Shop. Don't forget, tomorrow we will engage more into the conversation about the name, image, likeness, which is now underway.
Yeah.
And we have a lot to share with you guys on tomorrow about name, image, likeness. That's going to be big news. I mean, not news, but big stuff. Because we're going to recap some of the people who got endorsement deals and just take a look around the room and exchange thoughts on it. Remember, if you missed last Wednesday's show with Angela Williams, she's the head women's track and field coach at Prairie View. Do yourself a favor and go back and catch some of that show. And then that way now, because women indeed some females stand to have the opportunity to earn a nice piece of change, here for college students as a result of this. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll talk about, of course, the NBA playoffs are coming up. The finals are nearing. Milwaukee and Phoenix. We'll talk more about the Major League Baseball. We have it's the last before we go into the All-Star break. Also, game will be 2 days after tomorrow, and in Denver, Colorado. 4 Astros made the All-Star game, which is really cool for the Astros. I think Carlos Carrera, Altuve, Michael Brantley, and of course the pitcher Presley made it as well. And of course, we know Tatis is made as a starter, but Mookie, politics is involved in everything. So Mookie Betts is in the All-Star game as well. So even though he's not having
okay.
Yeah, he made it. Trust me. You were surprised because he's not having an all-star caliber season.
All I want to tell you, because Rod Wells been putting it up there and you ignored it. Jimmy, who in first place right now?
The Astros. By 3.5, by the most they've been all season in first. 3.5 games. Astros.
They said somebody else in front of them.
Oh, really? Tell me who it is. I'm asking for a friend. See what happened when you listen to
I listen to Rod Wells. I listen to Rod Wells.
Hey, and get what? You done OD'd. Bad dope. You got the wiggles right now. Listen to Rod Wells. Astros, understand something. The hottest team in baseball right now, I give it to them, is the Dodgers. They won 9 straight, but they still not in first place. They've won 9 straight games and still ain't in first place. And San Diego is behind the Dodgers. One of those teams may not even make the playoffs. How about that? We're talking, of course, we got a whole half season left in front of us to play. The Astros just swept the Cleveland Indians. Remember on Thursday, where Rod Wells at? He was talking that smack. Asked me about the Astros. Asked me about the Astros if they lost. They lost 3 straight to Baltimore, but we came back and punished Cleveland.
Let me look.
Won 4 straight, and that was the Houston Astros' first time in history ever sweeping the Cleveland Indians. It's since the inception of the Astros. Before then, it was the Colt 45s. We had never swept the Cleveland Indians, and we just did so this past weekend. Shout out to Astros next up on deck. For them, the Oakland A's are in town, and then the Yankees will be in town Friday, Saturday, and Sunday before they head into the All-Star break. That's your baseball I guess injection for the day. But once again, guys, it is time. Haller looking it up. He's looking something up right there. Go on and give it to us.
Y'all know I'm always doing something. Chris, thank you today, big fella. Thank you for helping me out. Thank you for helping me out. Because Jimmy double teamed on both of them. He double teamed both of them. But I think, Jimmy, that's it. Jimmy, something else I wanted to ask you. But that's all right. We can wait till tomorrow.
We saved all this stuff for tomorrow. And, of course, I want to give a shout out to Team Fox, who went over Jackson, Mississippi, and won first place in a youth basketball tournament just over the weekend. Shout out to Team Fox. They will be in action this weekend at the GMI. We'll talk about some GMI news on tomorrow as well, the George McClellan Invitational. It is this coming weekend. Starts actually on Thursday evening in Houston. It's a live event for Division I coaches to attend. There will be a few Division I coaches that are going to fly or drive into Houston. We have JL3, so the headliner among the headliners, the Houston Hoops 16 and under. That Clyde Jackson, his team with Wesley Yates and all those guys, they will be playing this weekend as well. They're going to both play in dual events, Gasso as well as Houston. Shout out to those programs. Not to mention others, needing to slight any others, for doing the smart thing and taking the load off their parents. That means those parents get to come home, save money, sleep in their own beds, watch their babies play. Also, some of their head coaches at the high schools get to watch those young people play in an atmosphere that attracts college coaches. Good job. We'll talk more on it tomorrow, but it's time to slide down Dino's back. Yabba dabba do this thing for this Monday. We got for Chris Walker, we got Robert Haller, and of course myself, Jim Hicks. We'll see you guys in 21 hours now. Peace. We up out here. Chop shop.
I'm out.
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up, it's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop, we live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk, we live in the